Today we're reading some more terrifying Reddit stories and I hope you guys are excited. I'm going to read a new post at the beginning of today's episode and then I'm going to have a compilation after. There was a power pole down near the house and I haven't had power all day. So yeah, today's normal episode has been a little bit hectic today, but I'm going to at least read one. Enjoy, guys. Am I the gay hole for refusing to change my baby's name? My partner, male 34, and I, female 32, recently welcomed our son Liam Alexander into the world. My partner's sister Katie has 2 kids, James 6 and William 4 with her husband Mike, and he has a daughter 10 with his ex. My partner and I didn't settle on a name for our son until the day of his birth. I've always loved the name Liam for its sound and meaning, and I was over the moon when my partner finally agreed to one of the names on my list. 24 hours after Liam was born, our families came to meet him, his sister being one of the first. We announced his name to her and her immediate response was, "Oh, I've always loved the name Liam, but Mike wouldn't let me use it for our first son. Could you change it?" Oh my god, the audacity! Maybe call him Alexander as his first name. It sounds nicer. Wow, that's so rude. I firmly said I loved the name too, and while I empathized with her, we would not be changing his name or the order of his name. I thought that was the end of it until she came to visit us at home a week after and brought it up again. The reason Mike didn't let her use the name is because his ex has a son with that name. I told her that shouldn't have stopped her from using the name that she loved. Those boys do not know each other, do not go to the same school, don't have the same last name, and basically live separate existences outside of their shared half-sister. I also said that she could still use the name in the future. It's common in my culture and tends to serve as a bond between the kids. For clarification, Katie and I have never discussed baby names, and we have no name pacts or something. The only reason I feel like the yay hole is because Mike and his ex have a toxic co-parenting relationship, and this understandably affects Katie. Katie and I do have a good relationship, but she doesn't talk about Mike's ex, so this is as much as I know. So am I the gay hole? Yeah, like the top comment says, the reason Mike didn't let her use the name is because his ex has a son with that name. I told her that shouldn't have stopped her from using the name that she loved. You're absolutely not the a-hole, and Katie's crazy, but in my opinion, it's Mike's kid too, and it's understandable that Mike didn't want to use a baby name that his ex, whom he shares a child with, has already used. Of course he doesn't want to give his daughter 2 half-siblings with the same name, or cause any drama with their mother. You shouldn't encourage her to use Liam in my opinion. Mike's position is reasonable. Katie needs to let this name go. Yeah, 100%, that's what I was thinking. It's unfair on Mike. Like, yeah, that's completely fair enough that Mike doesn't want to use that name. And what, Katie thinks that even though Mike doesn't want to use that name, that they can still use that name? Nah. Yeah, this comment, exactly. Mike already made his choice clear. So it's unfair for Katie to expect somebody else to change their baby's name over this. OP's totally right to stick to Liam. Yeah, no, you're definitely not the a-hole, OP. It's so unfair for Katie to be like, oh, yeah, I like the name Liam. Not only because of what she said to you, OP, and was like, oh, well, Alexander's better anyway, or whatever she said. Like, oh, you know, you can just change it. But also for the fact that she expects Mike to like the name Liam when he's already said he's not okay about it. Yeah, this comment, yeah, if Mike doesn't want that name because of his ex, then he's not going to want that name for his next children either. So it's not like Katie was going to have a kid called Liam anyway. It makes no sense to ask her to change the name. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. A lot of stuff that we read doesn't make any sense, but that really doesn't make any sense. And also, it says there that one of Katie's kids is named William. That's pretty close to Liam. But yeah, Katie's not going to get a child out of Mike anyway with the name Liam. So what's the point? Okay, let's read one more. That was super fun. Am I the a-hole for taking my clothes off at the Cheesecake Factory? So me, 23 female, and my boyfriend, 24 male, were celebrating our 1-year anniversary, and we went out to dinner to celebrate. My boyfriend planned it as he knows how much I love the Cheesecake Factory. I really love their cheesecake. This becomes important later. Well, everything was going fine and we were having a good time until an elderly man at the next table scooted his chair out just as our server was approaching, causing him to stumble and spill hot coffee on me down my back. It was obviously burning and startled me, so I instinctively screamed and pulled my shirt up. I'm pretty small-chested, so I don't typically wear a bra, and obviously I wasn't thinking about that when something hot was running down my back burning me. So I basically flashed all of those at the tables around us. Yeah, I was embarrassed, but at the same time, just boobs. I pulled my shirt back down right after realizing what happened, but it was up for about 15 seconds. The server apologized over and over, but it wasn't their fault. It was all just an accident. Well, anyway, after this, my boyfriend wanted to leave, like immediately leave. He said that I was being overdramatic for the way that I reacted in the situation, and maybe I was, but it did startle me really bad and it did burn. He told me that I'd put on a show for everybody in the restaurant, especially since I screamed when it happened, and that we need to leave. Wow, okay. I told him it's not that big of a deal and that I really want to stay and get cheesecake because it's my favorite. I eventually even offered to try to get some to go, and he was dead set that we need to leave and didn't understand why I wasn't mortified. outside. We ended up staying, but for the rest of the date, he kept on saying that the men at tables near us were staring at me and probably thinking about me inappropriately, but I said that it wasn't my problem if they're being gross. When we got in the car, he told me that I ruined our anniversary for making him sit through that, and that we should have just left, and that he can't believe that I'd choose a piece of cheesecake over his comfort. We argued in the car the whole way home about it, and now we haven't spoken at all today. Am I the gay hole? Wow, that's so interesting. I didn't expect to read that. Like, of course, I never expect to read the stuff that we read, but that's so wild. Why would you be like faking it though? Like, that's what I don't understand. Why does he feel like you were putting on a show? You were getting burnt. And also, why would you want to put on a show in that sort of situation, you know? But also, why would you want to stay there as well? That's the bit that's confusing me too. Like, yeah, surely you would want to leave after this, but you want to sit there and get cheesecake even though you have, what, coffee all down your back and you're probably sore? I'm sort of leaning towards this not being real, to be honest. Oh, wait a second, OP does have this comment. My back was really red and some minor burns. Half of the cup went down my back and half hit my chair and the floor. My boyfriend had a zip up with him. I went to the bathroom to clean up and look at my back and just put his jacket on. Oh, well, you should have put that in the post, OP. Well, yeah, in that case, it makes a lot more sense. But no, of course you're not the a-hole. The top comment says, not the gay hole. Whipping off the affected clothes is pretty much what you're supposed to do when you get hot liquid on yourself. You want to get that crap away from your skin ASAP. A few seconds can absolutely make the difference between a first and second or second and third degree burn. Nobody tried to call the cops on you for indecent exposure, so clearly everybody else understood that taking your shirt off wasn't inappropriate in context. And after getting hot coffee spilled on yourself, you deserved some dang cheesecake. You earned that cheesecake. This comment says, I'm sorry, but I'd dump anybody who put their embarrassment over my well-being after having scalding hot coffee dumped on me. Not the a-hole and consider dating a grown-up. I'm also sort of feeling like this one's not real, but you know, it might be. But either way, it's compilation time. I'll see you in the next episode, everybody. Am I the gay hole for telling my girlfriend that she can leave after she berated me in front of her friends? I recently had a cookout with my girlfriend 26 and her friends came. First off, I'll admit that I'm batting out of my league. My girlfriend is gorgeous and I'm an average guy. While I don't know her friends, they seem stuck up. During the event, I tended to notice that she didn't compliment me one time and instead took constant jabs at me and berated me. She commented on my receding hairline, said I had a crappy tattoo. She's right, my friend did it. Said I'm a lightweight and I'll be in bed by 8 and I can't hang. Said that my truck is a piece of crap. Said that I don't have any exes because I'm awkward. Oh god, you're not batting out of your league, OP. Yeah, she might be pretty, but her personality is not OP. That's so nasty. I mean, there is some truth to this, sure, but it's messed up because when I'm with my friends, I'll be giving her the biggest compliments. The only thing that she said that was relatively nice was that I made her feel safe. I guess this is a compliment. Anyway, after I asked her why she took so many shots at me, and she said that she was joking and that I was being a child, I told her she can leave if she feels like I don't bring anything to the table, and we argued some more and dropped it. We're still kind of walking on eggshells though. Ew. OP, do you want a partner that does stuff like this? You don't deserve that, OP. She sounds mean. Who does that to their partner? Like, this is not a good person, OP. The top comment says, not the a-hole, congratulations on getting your first ex. Jokes aside, you deserve better. What she did was not okay and a big waving red flag. Yeah, the comment under that one too, not the a-hole. I mean, if she's gonna be a mean girl around her friends like this, are you sure it's not her who's out of her league? I'd rather be alone than somebody who tried to tear me down like that. You don't want somebody who's gonna tear your self-esteem. You want a partner who's gonna build it up with you. Yeah, and also, OP, are you only with her because of her appearance? Because she doesn't sound like a very good person. And also, OP, if all she has is her looks, I would not say that she was out of your league. Yeah, like the comment under it says, why be around somebody who doesn't boost you up? Looks are skin deep, but her ugliness goes to the bone. Trade up, dude. Don't give her a second more of your time. Oh yeah, and also the audacity of her to say that she was joking. Like, oh yeah, that's really funny. Making fun of your partner. Gross. Yeah, like this comment says. Not the a-hole, that's a lot more than humor. She doesn't respect you. Yeah, and also, what is this like high school mean girl sort of stuff? You don't sound like the childish one, OP. And yeah, you 100% deserve better, OP. Post number 2. Am I the a-hole after coming home from work only to see my things reorganized by somebody who doesn't live in my home? My girlfriend and I moved into our apartment about 6 months ago. So far, so good. The only issues I've been having are boundary issues with her parents. She's a family-oriented person and takes pride in family time, which is one of the things I love most about her. However, I come from an entirely different upbringing, having very few people to turn to and relying on nobody but myself. I'm very private and I like my quiet time. My girlfriend's mother speaks without really thinking things through and doing whatever she wants no matter the place or time. An example, we have an office space where the majority of the things that I own stay in. I've got a ton of Pokemon and baseball cards worth thousands of dollars scandalous. I have them in books and some of them just out in the open and some of them all over the place. Either way, in my weird way, I know where everything is and why it's there. Her parents came over with boxes and boxes of stuff my girlfriend left over at her parents' place and decided to make their own little place in the office for them. I should start by saying that I'm not home. I'm working a 12-hour shift while this is happening. I get home close to 11 p.m. at night. I'm exhausted and I'm looking forward to a nice shower and some sleep, only to come home to my girlfriend not giving me a heads up that her parents, for some reason, were eating dinner at 10:30 p.m. Her mother was in our bedroom folding my underwear, which is entirely weird on its own, and she spent the day organizing all of my cards and stuff that I had laying around. I'm beyond mad. I can't find the things I had out. My girlfriend didn't see a real issue with the situation until I started to yell in frustration. I don't like my things being touched, and most of all, I don't like my things being moved around when I'm not home. We live here. It's one thing to drop a few boxes off and leave them for us to figure out what to do with them. I didn't ask anybody to organize my entire closet and office space. Am I overreacting? If not, I don't know how to get my point across to my girlfriend without upsetting her. She just stays quiet and doesn't speak when I'm speaking or ask her to talk. She completely shuts down on me. I don't start by yelling, but this type of situation has happened more than a handful of times. The last thing that I want to do after a 12-hour shift at work is entertaining people who've turned my home upside down. After they left our apartment, I asked, why didn't you say anything to your mother about touching things in the office? She said, I did. And that's as far as it went. Am I the a-hole? No, you're not the a-hole, OP. Her family's like boundaries and personal space. Oh my god, what are they? I've never heard of them before. They're straight up invading your space, OP. No, you're not overreacting. And also, no, you shouldn't put up with it, OP. Your girlfriend sounds very non-confrontational, which is fine, but like you have boundaries here and they need to respect those boundaries, and her family need to know about those boundaries and they need to respect them. That's so wild. Like, just because it's normal for their family doesn't mean it's normal for you. Yeah, the top comment, not the a-hole. Wow, sorry dude. I hope you didn't yell in front of her parents. She definitely should have texted you before you arrived. It's bad enough to stack those boxes in your office and shut the door, but rearranging and organizing? No, you need to ask before doing that. You're gonna have to set family boundaries with your girlfriend, nice and calm. Yeah, organizing all of your stuff and folding up your underwear too. Stay out of it. Oh god. Like, that's your safe space and your little sanctuary that you've made, OP. When people come into that space and they feel like they can mess it all up, it completely ruins it. They can't be doing that. It's completely disrespectful and it's a way to walk over people's boundaries. OP said, I didn't yell in front of her parents. I had a conversation after the fact. Unfortunately, my frustration came out. The comment under that said, I would have probably yelled at those parents. What they did was grossly overstepping and demeaning and disrespectful. What in the world's wrong with your girlfriend? Yeah, I don't see an issue with yelling at the parents either. Like, the parents are the ones who need to know that they can't do that. If your girlfriend really doesn't want to say anything, then you're gonna have to set those boundaries yourself, OP. There's a comment that says, not the gay hoe. Tell her if she can't set boundaries, you'll be forced to. And OP said, I have gone down this road before with her family, and she sided with her mother on something similar, which makes me super hesitant to even speak my mind freely with her family. So when I don't agree with somebody regarding her parents, I tell her to say something or I will. She's like me in a sense that she hates confrontation, so even having that conversation is like hell for her, which me being that type of person myself, I get. However, I've told her if you don't check your parents and I have to, it comes off as disrespectful, which I'm not trying to be. But at the same time, I have my limits. There's a comment that says, info, is this the first time that your girlfriend has lived with somebody other than her parents? And OP said, yeah, correct. And the comment under that says, that's part of the problem then. She's used to having her mum doing things for her. She needs to realize that things are different now, and so do the parents. Make sure that she hasn't given them a key. You're gonna need to be the one to talk to the parents. And be frank too, this is our house and it's unacceptable for you to touch my personal belongings while here. I respect your home, so please respect mine. Also, I prefer home guests to visit at reasonable hours and not overstay until midnight hours. Yeah, the comment under that one too. She doesn't realize I want to deal with the fact that her norm with her parents isn't accepted as a norm by others. Yeah, definitely seems like that. But no, you're not the a-hole, OP. I feel like just about anybody, if they were in your situation, would also be frustrated. Wow, the next one's called, am I the a-hole for ruining my sister's wedding and honeymoon? So I, 20 female, have an older sister, 30 female, who I'll call Emily. Emily got married 2 months ago to her partner Danny, 34 male. My siblings and I grew up together and Emily was a huge influence, along with my older sister Mary, 27 female. They were both wild, and so from a young age I knew a lot more than I was supposed to about partying and dating and stuff, and nothing weird or scandalous. Mary got married 4 years ago and I'm really close to my brother-in-law. He knows about her partying and drinking and pretty much everything else that she did, and he never had a problem with any of it. Well, I've met Danny only a handful of times since they live far away, and so I assume they talked about it all. Come wedding rehearsal time, the day before, we started sharing interesting stories from our childhood. Danny asked me how come I've never dated or drank or partied. I, not even thinking it might be a big deal, said that after hearing all the stories from my older sisters, I never really wanted to or felt the need to. Danny looked a bit confused but said nothing. Mary glared at me. Later, Mary told me that Danny knew nothing about Emily's wild days. I apologized to Emily and she told me it wasn't a big deal. I hadn't thought about it in 2 months, but Emily and Danny visited yesterday. Danny was as nice as ever while Emily was a bit standoffish. While Danny was out with our dad, Mary and Emily ganged up on me and told me that Danny was mad at Emily for lying and that I ruined their wedding and their honeymoon. My mum heard us talking and came into the room and chewed out my sisters for blaming me for Emily's lies. After they went to my sister's place, they were going to stay with her for a couple of days prior to the incident. I started feeling anxious and bad about what happened and the part that I played in it. My mum told my dad and brother what happened and they both said that I did nothing wrong, and my dad said that he would make my sisters apologize, but I don't want them to get involved. So am I the gay hoe for ruining my sister's wedding and honeymoon? No, like the top comment says. How are you supposed to keep with the lies if you don't know there are lies to keep up with? It's pretty much common knowledge that wedding rehearsals are time for good-natured teasing of the bride and the groom. Emily and Mary should have seen this coming and warned you, and it's not even like you gave sober details. Not the a-hole. OP said thank you for answering. I guess I'm supposed to read my sister's minds or something? They're visiting again tomorrow, so hopefully we'll talk and figure it out. Oh yeah, you're so not in the wrong, OP. Like the one under that says, stop feeling guilty, OP. This is all 1000% Emily's fault for lying, not the a-hole. Yeah, and the audacity to get upset at you too. What did you do wrong? The second top comment says, of course you're not the a-hole. Trying to shift the anger onto you is what makes your bride's sister one and the other one assisting her especially. She should have owned up to her lies, as it would have probably come out in the future anyway. Or were they planning to go no contact with everybody who knew your sister in her wild phase? Her poor husband learning about your bride-to-be's probably promiscuous past and being lied to definitely puts a damper on one's wedding celebration and honeymoon. The timing was unfortunate, but better before than after the wedding. OP said thank you. I just talked to Mary and the problem was that Danny didn't know that she used to, wait for it, drink. I feel like I'm in a bizarre dream. So it was about drinking? Right, okay. Oh yeah, you're so not the a-hole, OP. Yeah, also this comment, not the a-hole. Given how many people witnessed their party days, I'm not sure why they assume no one would ever mention it and accidentally expose the lie. And your sister's a major a-hole for lying to her fiance. Yeah, completely. And she's shifting the blame onto you, OP. Like, hey, this is your fault. Definitely not your fault, OP. The next one's called, am I the a-hole for exposing my wife's secret TikTok account where she sells our kids embarrassing moments? So I 32 male recently stumbled upon my wife's 30 female secret TikTok account that's been blowing up. She's been posting videos of our kids, 8 male and 5 female, doing silly things like tripping over their toys and singing off key to their favorite songs, and even one time that my son accidentally peed on the carpet because he couldn't find the bathroom in time. At first I thought it was harmless, a little cringe, but then I noticed she was selling the videos to her followers as exclusive content. I was shocked to say the least. She's been raking in some serious cash, enough to consider a family vacation, which is fantastic, but this feels incredibly wrong. Our kids are too young to consent to their embarrassing moments being shared with strangers, let alone for profit. When I confronted her about it, she called me a buzzkill and said that I was being over dramatic. I suggested that we take down the account and maybe even have a talk with our kids about privacy, but she flipped out and accused me of trying to ruin her fun. Now she's saying that I'm just jealous of her success and that I don't support her creativity. I ended up telling her friends about it and now she's furious with me. Some are on my side saying that it's not okay to exploit our kids for likes and views, but others think that I should let her have her fun. So Reddit, am I the gay hoe for wanting to protect my kids and exposing my wife's funny side hustle? Or am I being an unsupportive partner and parent? No, that's not good, OP. You're not the a-hole. Who's buying the videos? And also she knows that she's doing the wrong thing because otherwise she wouldn't be so upset about it. Yeah, the top comment, not the a-hole. Creepy people buy kid content and those videos are out there for life. I'd be furious about this violation of privacy. Yeah, this comment too, not the a-hole. If she's pissy that she's been exposed, all that shows is that she knows she was doing something wrong. Yeah, 1,000,000%. Yeah, forget the fun side hustle. You're trying to protect your kids, OP. Yeah, that's messed up, OP. She's definitely in the wrong. There's a comment that says, see a lawyer first thing Monday. This sounds actionable. And OP said, I'm gonna do this, but I'll have to be careful not to alert her because she's quick to make up lies for her own benefit. Also a comment that says, definitely not the a-hole. I recommend you find some articles and videos from kids who were exploited by their parents like this. It's incredibly damaging. Send it to your wife and take the kids away for a while if you can afford it. Stay with family or go on vacation. And OP said, thank you for your response. I'm gonna see if I can come up with an excuse to take the kids away for a while so that I can sort some things out. Yeah, all the best with it, OP. You're definitely doing the right thing. Yeah, that's not good and you're so so not the a-hole. Good on you for protecting your kids. The next one that we're gonna read's on the relationship subreddit. Oh god, I caught my husband cheating last night. I, female 27, have been married to my husband 28 since October. We love each other, it's always been easy. He can be tough to handle sometimes, but I can too. I can't say that I even suspected this. Last night I had a couple of drinks and I did something I really shouldn't have done. I kept having these thoughts for 2 days straight for absolutely no reason. The urge to check his phone kept on telling me. I didn't want to because for absolutely no reason. I felt like I'll find something that'll cause trouble. I kept trying to fight the urge to do something so crappy until I found his phone in the bathroom and I opened it. He was talking to a girl saying, "These pants you were wearing yesterday, you wanted to get spanked." She replied, "I'm waiting for you," and the conversation ended with, "I love you." Oh my god. Now I don't even know this girl. I confronted him. He said she has a workmate and he didn't act on it. He didn't do anything physical and that he's sorry. Now I feel like absolute crap. How should I approach this? I didn't tell my family yet. I'm just sitting here with so many thoughts going on and I don't know what to do. Edit, we've been together since high school. I loved him so much ever since we were kids. It's hard for me to read these comments because dumping him isn't easy for me to read. I know we cheated deep down and I'm starting to think that maybe it wasn't the first time. I live in Egypt. Divorce is a pretty big thing around here. If I really proceed through that step, it's going to be incredibly hard on me. I love him and I feel like I can't possibly trust him ever again. We've always been happy. I don't know what went wrong. Should I text this girl and confront her? Am I being crazy? Oh, I feel so bad for you, OP. That's so sad. No, you're not being crazy. That's a nightmare. Like you could feel that something was up. You followed your gut and you were right. Oh, that's so sad. And also the audacity of him too. Oh, nothing happened. Bro, like come on. Yes, it did. That's not how you talk to a work friend. The top comment says, "You guys haven't been married a year. I think you should move on because you're still young and you have so much life ahead of you. If you forgive him now, he's going to learn it's okay to do these things and it'll never end. Do you believe that nothing physical happened? Because he's proven that he isn't a truthworthy person. You should tell somebody close to you so you have the support needed to proceed through this. I'm so sorry this happened to you." Yeah, same here, OP. Also, I would not believe for a second that nothing physical happened. Yeah, this comment, "Divorce, he's a cheater and a liar. You haven't been married long." Yeah, what the text say? Something about spanking or something? Yeah, he's completely lying, OP. This comment says, "Sorry, he's lying. If they're at the I love you stage, they have acted on it. Even if by some miracle he hasn't touched her, then he's in love with her. Walk away, you deserve better." Am I the a-hole for telling my sister I told you so because her daughter hates her name? I, 32 female, have been having a bit of drama with my younger sister Ramona, 30 female, about her daughter Egwene, 11 female. Yes, dear reader, that's her real name and that's the root of the issue. Now, I love my younger sister and we've always gotten along pretty well. However, she's always been into nerdy pop culture stuff. She plays D&D every week and loves Marvel movies and is obsessed with fantasy novels. Her favorite, as you may have guessed, is the Wheel of Time series. Now, I know next to nothing about the series, but I know enough to know that Egwene Alvear wasn't a name that she came up with on her own. When she announced that name, there was a bit of confusion and disapproval from the family, but nobody strongly pushed back on it. That honor went to me. I tried to approach the subject calmly. I even gave her the "you're naming a human being" speech, but she said that she knew best. After a brief back and forth, I flat out told her daughter was going to get bullied. She blew up at me and I didn't push the issue any further because I could see that she wasn't going to budge. Fast forward and Gwen is a happy, healthy 11-year-old. However, she's been voicing lately that she hates her name. The teachers at school always get it wrong and her classmates tease her constantly. Wait, so the name is Egwene, but they pronounce it Gwen, not Gwaine, I suppose? None of this is helped by the fact that Ramona insists on calling her Egwene Alvear, not just Egwene or Gwen, which she prefers. Well, the two have been bickering a lot lately. Ramona has tried venting that Egwene won't shut up about her name, and she doesn't know what she's gonna do about her. I kinda sarcastically said, "If only somebody had warned you." She asked me what I meant, and I said that she named her daughter something stupid, and now she's facing the consequences. She said that she doesn't know why she even bothered coming to me, and that she should have known that I was gonna be a biatch. I told her if she would have put some more thought into naming her child, she wouldn't be in this situation. Well, she decided that Egwene can't come over to my house anymore because I'm putting bad thoughts into her head. She's also roped in our mother, who agreed with me about the name, but said that it was a low blow to bring up that I had warned her, and that I should just suck it up and apologize. I don't think I need to apologize, but I thought I should get an outside opinion. So am I the a-hole? Edit, whoa, this blew up way more than I thought it was gonna. I kind of wrote this just to vent. I appreciate everybody's input. I had a lot of good advice and a lot of bad advice and some downright weird advice, but I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to apologize to my sister for my timing and my tone, but I won't apologize for saying that Egwene is a bad name, and I will make it clear that I'll support my niece over everything. A lot of you suggested setting up a fund for a name change if she does want one at 18. I think that's a great idea. I looked it up and Defile is about $80 in my state, but I'm sure it'll be far more. I'm going to set aside $200 for now and add to it when I can. Hopefully it'll be a nice little fund when she turns 18. To finish off, I wanted to answer some questions and clear up some things. My sister pronounces her daughter's name as Gwen Alvaray. I don't have the slightest idea how it was originally intended to be pronounced. Right, so in the show, it's Egwene Alvear. So your sister has kept the same name, but changed how you pronounce it to Egwene Alvaray. Right, okay, that makes sense why people were calling her Gwen. My sister isn't abusive or neglectful, nor do I think she's narcissistic. She is a responsible parent and loves her daughter deeply. She just has poor taste. I talk to my niece pretty regularly, and she usually spends the weekend at my house twice a month. She's never brought up any issues with her mum besides the name. My niece's father was never in the picture. We have a few ideas of who might be the father, but my sister has never confirmed any of them. I've never told my niece that I dislike her name. I don't even mention it unless I'm sure that she's not in the same building as me. I have told her that she doesn't have to like her name, and that I'll call her Gwen because that's what she prefers. I am a woman. There were quite a few comments calling me a big brother, which I thought were pretty funny. I'm also a mother to a 5-year-old girl, to all the people saying that I don't know how hard it is to be a mother. My daughter's name is Callie, if anybody was curious. Feel free to judge me, lol. Yeah, this comment. No, she had it coming. I understand liking a name from a fantasy book or movie or whatever, but she failed to acknowledge how it'll affect her daughter in the future. I bet she'll change her name when she turns 18. The comment under that says, not the a-hole. Kids aren't billboards for a person's fandom. Your sister's an idiot. And I hope your niece legally changes her name as soon as she turns 18. Yeah, the comment under that one. Kids aren't billboards for a person's fandom. Exactly, that's what pets are for. Yeah, 100%. And speak of the devil, Nez and Jin are right behind me. Yeah, this comment too, not the a-hole. I'd consider apologizing only so that you can keep in contact with your niece. Please know that you did nothing wrong. I hate to be the bigger person, but there's an 11-year-old girl who could probably use your support. Yeah, completely. And by the sounds of it, that's what OP's gonna do. Yeah, not the a-hole OP. Oh god, post number 2. Am I the a-hole for postponing our wedding because my fiance wants to have pictures of her late husband in it? What? Oh god. My fiance and I have been together for about 3 years. We got engaged 6 months ago. We were doing some planning and she mentioned it. Where do you think late husband's name picture could go? I was confused and I asked her to clarify. She said that she wants her late husband's picture at the wedding. She went into more detail at my request. She wants one of the bridesmaids to hold his picture during the ceremony, as well as having his picture on our table. And when taking pictures, she wants to hold him in the pictures. I told her that I didn't want that, and while I understand he's important to her, I'd feel uncomfortable with his pictures in our wedding, especially when they're so prominent. We got into a fight and she yelled, "I can't believe you're jealous. He's dead. What do you think I'm gonna do, sleep with him at our wedding?" I decided to postpone the wedding and I'm thinking of calling it off altogether. Whoa, okay. She's definitely in the wrong OP. By the sounds of it, she's not ready to get married either. Yeah, no, she's definitely in the wrong OP. That's way too far. This comment says, not the a-hole. That's an extreme request. It's way overboard. She's not ready to marry you. The comment under that says she's not ready to marry anybody. And this comment too, not the a-hole. She's going overboard. And the symbolism is not good. She has to have a place for him. That's understandable. But there are 2 stars in the wedding, not 3. This is not about jealousy. It's not about minimizing a permanent grief. It's about if your wife has the capacity to marry you. Yeah, for sure. The comment above that says, not the a-hole. She's not ready to marry you. After 3 years, she may never be ready. Yeah, I don't like how she got upset at you and said that you were being jealous, OP. It's not about jealousy. It's concerning for you. This comment says, not the a-hole. A wedding is supposed to be a celebration of things to be, not of dead spouses. Yeah, the comment under that one. Yeah, a wedding is all about celebrating a new life together, not about honoring the dead or being stuck in your old life. And this one too, not the a-hole. This is weird. We had a memorial table in the entrance of our reception for photos of deceased loved ones. I don't think it'd be odd or disrespectful to have a memorial table and include her deceased partner there, but wanting his photo to be held by a bridesmaid, photographed in your couple's photos, and placed at the head of the table is a lot. Yeah, that really is a lot, OP. And to immediately get angry at you and say that you're just being jealous, and oh, I can't bang him because he's not alive. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. That's not good, OP. Yeah, that's pretty wild. This comment says, absolutely move on. She's hung up on her dead husband. You'll never be able to match him, even in death. Huge red flag, not the a-hole. Yeah, like, would it be a good idea or a bad idea for her to see this? Like, OP's not in the wrong here. Like, obviously, super sorry about your deceased ex-husband or ex-partner, partner. But yeah, if OP walked away from this, I don't feel like you could blame them. OP also left a comment here that said, "Oh, I see." She said that she wanted it to be about 12 by 18 inches. The photo of the deceased partner, that is. That's not a small photo. A comment here says, "Has she always been this insistent upon including him? Does she put his picture on the pillow on the opposite side of you when you go to bed? When you go out to eat? Does she get him a plate?" Such a weird insistence on carrying his picture around with her at the wedding. Coming out of nowhere makes me wonder if she's been hiding the fact that she's not really over him. I think at the very least postponing was the right move, but honestly, I'd have misgivings about continuing the relationship in any capacity. Not the a-hole. OP said, "Hard to say. She keeps a handful of pictures of him at our place. I was the one who moved in, by the way. She has one picture next to her side of the bed. She doesn't order him food or anything, but she does talk about him often, and she sometimes cries. I was told that this was normal, and that I should be fully supportive of her, and that it's lame to be jealous of a dead man, so I just thought this was all normal behavior." Yeah, 1,000,000% the comment under that one. It's one thing to be jealous of the dead, it's another thing to recognize the living are still trying to have a relationship with the dead, and not wanting to be involved in a triad with them. Yeah, it's not jealousy, OP. She's not over him. And once again, my deepest sympathies. I'm super sorry. It's a really sad situation. But to say that OP's being jealous here is ridiculous. Like that comment said, she still wants a relationship with him. That's not OP's fault. Yeah, you're so not the a-hole, OP. And I almost feel like she should read this. The next one is called, "Am I the a-hole for yelling at my pregnant co-worker? I, 23 female, share an office with my co-worker, 29 female, who's 7 months pregnant. Since she found out about it, she talks about nothing else. I get it, it's exciting. However, I came to a point where I can't handle it anymore. A little backstory, I'm infertile and I had a hysterectomy due to cancer when I was 18. I told her multiple times in the past that I'd rather not talk to her about pregnancy because it's a sensitive topic for me. I did not go into details as I don't want to share my medical history with everybody, and she stopped for the rest of that day. Today, I couldn't stand it any longer. She again started talking about how her back hurts, and because of the weather, her feet were very swollen. I yelled at her, just shut the F up and don't bother me with your baby. You at least have a uterus to carry one. Holy Christ, OP. God, no, you did not need to say that. You're the a-hole for saying that. Holy crap. She was talking about her swollen feet. Jesus. She immediately started crying and left the office and later called in sick and went home. Am I the a-hole? Yeah, you overreacted. Edit, I have no issue being around pregnant women or kids. What's an issue for me is that she talks about it for 5 months straight and about nothing else. I tried to suck it up for the first 3 months and then started politely telling her to stop talking only about her pregnancy. I just talked about the situation with another co-worker a few minutes ago. She's also annoyed by her and avoids her. She said that I was maybe a bit too rude, but it needed to be said. I will apologize to her tomorrow. Yeah, I don't really know if that needed to be said. Like, yeah, okay, it's getting annoying how much she's talking about her pregnancy and you're sick of it, but you didn't need to snap like that, OP. You need to be able to control yourself a little bit better, especially at work. Yeah, the top comment, you the a-hole, you overreacted. I'm sorry about your condition, but you should have handled this in a completely different manner. She wasn't even talking about her baby. Yeah, the fact that she had these symptoms are a side effect of the pregnancy, but she didn't even mention the baby. What if she said that she had to go to the restroom? Would you have said, oh my God, quit saying that. You're only saying that because you're pregnant and a child's pressing into your bladder. That's not okay. You need to act professional. You're at work. The comment below that one says OP needs a professional too. It's understandable that some people have more or less sensitive topics too, but you should be able to healthily separate yourself from it. If it gets under your skin to cause an outburst, okay, nobody's perfect. It's a good reason to explore how to work on it for next time. Yeah, definitely. The one under that says you the a-hole. You don't have a right to speak to anybody that way, regardless of how annoying you personally find it. You suffered a tragedy at a young age, and for that you have my sympathies. It doesn't give you the right to take your anger out on somebody else, particularly when they don't know the details of your circumstances. Furthermore, you've now put yourself at risk of creating a hostile work environment and could lose your job. Your inability to regulate your emotions is not anybody else's responsibility. You owe your colleague a sincere apology. This comment says you the a-hole. It's incredibly devastating for you that you had to have a hysterectomy at a young age and can't bear children. No denying that. I have fertility issues, so I get it. However, this seems more like a trauma response of unresolved feelings about your own medical conditions. I'd suggest seeing a therapist to really process the loss of that part of your future for biological children. The most beautiful thing is that there are alternative means for parenthood or caregiving for children if you can do so. However, your fertility status is not that pregnant woman's problem. Whether or not she talks about the excitement of this very real chapter in her life, you still have to see her pregnant. She will still be going on maternity leave. Her child will still exist when she's back at work. You can't expect her to not talk about her baby either or show pictures. You share an office, it's also her space. Her baby is a reality. It's just not your reality. Really consider that it's also unfair to her that you want to censor her because of your own issues, get help and or transfer officers. The cloud hanging over your own emotions is not her storm to bear. Yeah, this one too. You the a-hole. I get the stigma of not being able to have children, and there's no doubt about the trauma you've gone through at a young age. It sounds horrific, and people should indeed be more sensitive to those who can't, for one reason or another, have kids. But yelling at somebody because they're complaining of legitimate pain? A-hole move. The next one's called, am I the a-hole for breaking up after my fiance admitted that he's embarrassed by my weight gain? I, female 30, am in a long distance relationship with my fiance, male 33. I've always struggled with body image and self-esteem. I used to weigh around 74 kilos, but I've recently gained some weight, and I'm now at 79 kilos. So what, 5 kilos? I just got back from a trip to see him. It's been a tough year with exams and other personal challenges, so I knew that I'd gain some weight. I told him about it and assured him that I plan to actively work on it once I got home. It's been about 2 weeks since I returned. I've changed my diet and I started walking 2 hours daily. Yesterday he called me and said that he needed to be completely honest with me. He admitted that the reason that we didn't go out much during my visit was that he was embarrassed to be seen with me. Oh, good on you for dumping him, OP. Oh my god. What the hell, dude? He also said that's why he didn't introduce me to his friends while I was there. What a piece of crap. He essentially told me that my appearance disgusted him and even compared me to my sisters. Oh, he gets worse every sentence. He said that I wasn't the person he proposed to and mentioned that if I got pregnant in the future and gained weight, he would expect me to lose it eventually. He basically admitted that he wanted a trophy wife, saying that men are visual beings and that and that he was very unhappy with the weight that I'd put on. 5 kilos? I ended the relationship. Am I being too sensitive or am I the a-hole for breaking things off? OP, no. You're not the a-hole. You're not the a-hole. You did the right thing. Actually, I don't feel like there's another option here. Why the hell would you stay with him? What a piece of crap. Oh, you gained 5 kilos? Oh, you're not the person that I fell in love with? That's so terrible. You so don't need him, OP. Yeah, the top comment, embarrassed by a 5 kilo weight gain. Put the whole man in the bin, girl. Yeah, this comment too, not the a-hole. This guy's a piece of crap. He used the word disgusting. He's disgusting. 10 pounds is not significant weight gain. This could have happened for any reason in life, and if somebody's love to you is based on a minor weight increase, then it's not real love. Edited to add, tell him you're going on a new diet that'll help you lose 200 pounds immediately, and block his number. Yeah, that's a real piece of crap behavior. Ew. Oh my god, I can barely even recognize you anymore. You've gained 5 kilos. What a joke. Yeah, this comment, you're absolutely not the a-hole here. You deserve somebody who loves you for who you are, not somebody who wants a trophy wife. You did the right thing. And also this comment, not the a-hole. Men are visual beings is the lamest excuse for shallowness that I've ever heard. Both men and women need visual cues, and audio and olfactory cues as well. But once you get to know a person and form a personal connection with them, you can cope with changes in the person. If you're a mature adult, your boyfriend obviously isn't, you're absolutely right to break things off with this loser. Completely couldn't agree more. I don't feel like there's a situation here where you don't break up with him. Yeah, no, you definitely did the right thing, OP. And yeah, to use the excuse of men are visual beings, as if what, like every other man acts like this, do they, dude? Yeah, like that comment said, a lame excuse for being shallow. You're so not the a-hole, OP. The next one's called, am I the a-hole for telling my friend that I can't make her wedding dress despite making them for 2 other friends? I, 38 female, am a dressmaker and I have my own shop. It's been a custom in my friend group that my wedding gift to friends who marry has been an original wedding dress made to their taste, and I have done this for 2 friends. I love my job and I love my friends, so it's always been an easy choice for me. However, I'm currently 26 weeks pregnant with my first child, and I'm trying to lessen my workload as I prepare for my maternity leave and pass larger projects over to my employees. My friend informed me last night that she's getting married. I was of course so happy for her and I congratulated her. She asked if I'd be making her dress for her and I told her of course, to let me know when they had a date, and I was told they already had a date, January 19th. That was fine, a year and 5 months, perfect, plenty of times for the design and to make it, and I expressed as much to her, but she corrected me. It wasn't January 19, 2026, like I assumed, but January 19, 2025. I was a bit shocked at this and I told her that if that's the date she'd picked, I'd have to take back my promise, as there was no way that I could make her dress in that time frame, as I'll not be too long postpartum. I asked her to reconsider the date if she wanted me to make a dress, pointing out how 5 months wasn't much to plan a wedding anyway, but she insisted that was when she wanted it, as it was up to her, but I made it clear that I won't be able to make her dress for her then. She didn't understand this at all, pointing out how I'll be taking time off work soon anyway, and can't I just take that time to make her dress? I admit, in hindsight, I got a bit snappish here, and she probably didn't realize just how much work goes into a wedding dress, but I'd asked her if she'd hit her head, and why she'd think it was okay to ask me to put stress on my pregnancy for her wedding dress. She's been putting messages in the group chat calling me out for it and saying how it's easy to tell who my favorites are and it's clear that her feelings are hurt. I'm annoyed but also feeling a bit regretful about this. I can't trust my employees to make a wedding dress without me as their skill level isn't up to that, but maybe I could have a rehearsal dinner dress made for her or even a reception dress to suit the hurt of her not getting the custom dress that she wants. Oh, you're so not the a-hole, OP. She's an a-hole. Yeah, this comment not the a-hole. So you in fact offered her an incredibly generous gift that'll take you a great deal of work, and you advised her that this amount of work needs a certain time frame, and the ungrateful a-hole has the nerve to demand that you do it in a time frame that you can't accommodate while on maternity leave and recovering from the birth of your baby. You're in no way an a-hole here. She is though, and I'd suggest that given her attitude, she does not deserve a dress from you. Yeah, she's so mean. The comment under that says not the a-hole. Wow, that's some hella audacity of your friend to suggest that you risk your health and sanity in order to make her a wedding gown in 5 months. You're growing a human and then you'll be birthing a tiny human and then recovering from giving birth while taking care of a newborn. Where does she think wedding gown making is going to go amid all of that? My gosh. The comment under that said, and this is supposed to be a gift. She's demanding a gift from OP. I hope OP explained to the friend group that it's not favoritism. And OP said, I simply said in the group chat I was unable to make a dress in 5 months for free. I've avoided the chat since then as I'm quite upset by this. One of the friends I made a dress for gave me 3 years notice because she knew that it'd take time and she wanted a ball gown so didn't want to make me feel pressured. Yeah, but this other friend wants you to make a dress in 5 months and has the audacity to say the stuff that she said. I don't think you should ever make her a dress, OP. Yeah, also this comment, lol at the you're taking time off. Oh yeah, because it's commonly known how relaxing the experience of giving birth and caring for a newborn is. Not the a-hole at all. And this person isn't your friend. Yeah, I couldn't believe they said that too. Oh, you're taking time off? Yeah, having a baby isn't really taking time off. Oh, that's so wild. And you're so not the a-hole. The nerve of some people. The next one's on the relationship subreddit. My male 30s wife, female 30s, keeps on trying to make large purchases that we can't afford. How do I handle this? My wife and I both earn £30,000. I earned an additional £15,000 on top of it this year, which I used to clear her debt that she'd run up. Our finances are separate, but we commit to a joint account at the start of each month to cover all essentials. My wife has decided she wants the following. Number 1, a second holiday this year, in addition to the one that we're already going on. Number 2, a new kitchen, £10,000. Number 3, a new garden shed, £800. Number 4, a new car. Our current one is 10 years old but functional, £12,000, plus a hiking insurance from £300 per year to £1,100 per year for the model that she wants. Number 5, solar panels and solar battery, £10,000 minimum. I have about £18,000 in savings. My wife has about £4,000 in savings. I don't object to getting these things, but I do object to doing them all immediately and putting it on credit. My wife has informed me that if I don't want to help out, then she'll just pay it on credit. The problem is that the last time she ran up a credit card bill, she freaked out and had severe anxiety and panic attacks and couldn't manage it. And that's why I had to bail her out. She's about to do the same thing again. Yeah, and you'll end up paying for it, OP. I told her that a second holiday was an absolute no right now, given that we already have one booked and our savings are very low. She flipped out and said that she would go by herself. I think she's dropped around £1,200 on a week in Italy before food. How do I go about handling this? I worked my ass off to bail her out while she was on sick leave, and now she's about to do the same thing again. Yeah, and by the sounds of it, she doesn't care. Oh, that's so frustrating, OP. Yeah, this comment, the problem is that the last time she ran up a credit card bill, she freaked out and had severe anxiety and panic attacks and couldn't manage it. That's why I had to bail her out. She's about to do the same thing again. Yeah, because she knows that you will bail her out. You need to put your foot down or start protecting yourself. This one says, if she goes through with any of this, don't bail her out again. Tell her you won't bail her out if she gets a credit card debt again. If you want to stay married, then I think counseling is a must. My mother was like that. She refused to work after my younger sister was born because nobody would hire her at her age. My dad worked and drank himself to an early death because he was so stressed. She wanted holidays and nice stuff, but they couldn't afford it. My dad tried to leave a couple of times, but my mum would have a breakdown and threaten you know what, so my dad stayed. Trust me, you don't want this sort of life. OP said, this is exactly what I'm going through, minus the drinking. I do all the cooking and cleaning because I work from home. Yeah, the one under that, it might be time to let her go. If she wants to drown in debt, don't let her take you down too. Yeah, so unreasonable. That's so wild. And sad too. All the best with it, OP. Am I the gay-hole for feeling angry at my brother-in-law's girlfriend for wearing my husband's t-shirt? I'm pregnant, 24 weeks. My husband and I were visiting his folks in their city the past week. It was fraught with problems. They're challenging people. My brother-in-law, 28 male, has been dating this woman, S, 30 female, for 3 years. At my wedding 1.5 years ago, she spent all of her time with me telling me how lucky I am to have bagged him. I said, he's certainly wonderful, but then I laughed and joked that he was the lucky one. Anyway, brother-in-law and husband don't talk much, so we haven't had any conversations with S ever since. When we visited last week, S and us ended up living at mother-in-law's place. It's a small space, so things were tight. I was on alert for any weird behavior. Well, apart from her babying him around. Nothing inappropriate or sexually charged happened. We returned the day before yesterday. She video calls me today. I was outside and I couldn't attend it. Anyway, I find abrupt video calls feel really invasive. When I called her back on a regular audio call, she cut it. She video called me again and with the biggest smile on her face, yells, "Guess what I'm wearing?" I stared stupidly at the screen and realized that she was wearing my husband's t-shirt. This t-shirt means a lot to us. We met over a dating app and it's a striking t-shirt and he was wearing it in his profile picture. I remember sharing this story with my in-laws once, but I can't recollect if S was there and heard it. Anyway, I'm so freaking annoyed. Her boyfriend has a million clothes at his mum's place. Why couldn't S just wear one of those? I find it so weird that she insisted on video calling me while wearing my husband's clothes. So, am I the gay hole? How could you be the gay hole, OP? You haven't done anything. As in, like, are you the gay hole because you felt angry about this? It didn't even say that you said anything. No, you're not the gay hole, OP. And yeah, you're allowed to be upset about this. That's super weird. Why would she do that? Oh, guess what I'm wearing? Your husband's t-shirt. Yeah, but why? Like, why did that even happen? And why did she feel like she should do that? And what is she trying to achieve? Is she trying to piss you off? Yeah, the top comment, not the gay hole. That's definitely weird behavior from S. It's understandable why you're annoyed. She seems to be trying to mark her territory and it's disrespectful to you and your relationship with your husband. The comment under that says it's even weirder and more sus that she insisted on calling OP about it and not just a regular phone call or FaceTime so she can see her wearing the crap. Why? What's her motive? Yeah, like is she trying to get a rise out of you, OP? The comment under that one says, tell your husband this is weird as, like she wants him, not the a-hole. OP said, I told him and he's extremely put off by it. He wants to throw away the shirt now. He appears to be more concerned about my mental well-being and doesn't want me to be stressed this late into the pregnancy. Yeah, the comment under that too, he sounds like a good person. Honestly, you should just message her and tell her your husband says she can throw the shirt away as he doesn't want it anymore. S is wanting attention and going out of her way to get a reaction. OP said he really is the best. I like your suggestion. I think this is something we can do without kicking up a big unresolvable controversy. Yeah, like do they just want attention? No, that's super odd, OP, and you're definitely not the a-hole for being upset about it. Yeah, and also this comment, baby, the way I would have been cussing her out. Not the a-hole. Yeah, completely. You're not in the wrong, OP. Even if you did say something, OP, you still wouldn't be the a-hole. And also, like, yeah, obviously don't try and get attention like this, but also don't touch everybody else's stuff. This comment says, yeah, you're wrong because you're giving her too much credit. She said they're trying to annoy you or thinks that you're closer than you realize. Either way, wasting any time being angry with it is futile. Just nonchalantly say thank you for finding the shirt, please mail it back, and then I'll send you the money. In other words, you being upset with her gives her the power that she's looking for. Don't react anymore. The game will no longer be fun for her. And OP said, done, doing a version of this. Yeah, it really does sound like she just wants attention, OP. But yeah, that's definitely frustrating. The next one's called, am I the gay hole for telling my sister I'm not having her baby? I, 22 female, didn't know I would be getting a call from my sister asking something I never thought about, but today she did. My sister, 29 female, asked if I could have her baby, so basically a surrogate. I was shocked because I don't know why I was being asked. My sister says that she's been trying to have a baby after many failed pregnancies. She was pregnant before, but the baby was a stillborn. It's understandable, but her husband really wants a child, and that's why they try so much. Her husband came up with the idea for me to be the surrogate, and she agreed to it, which was weird why he would request me to do it. Edit, not the natural, but IVF was decided on. I always said I didn't want kids because they're too much and need a lot of attention, and I don't want to ruin my body, so I'm child-free. I felt weird about the suggestion because it came out of nowhere. I'm in medical school, so what am I doing pregnant? I especially didn't want to do it because her husband always made me feel weird, and you know, she never corrected it. When I was 16, he said that my body looked good for my age. Oh god. Hearing that was weird. I did tell her, but she never believed me, so I let it go, but I made sure to stay far from him. These are the reasons why I don't want to do it. I asked my sister why not get in contact with an agency to find a surrogate, but her answer was that she wanted me to do it because it wouldn't cost much, but her husband said that he would pay me. She was mad at me and still is because she's been trying to have kids. She was crying. I told her no, and that should have been final. I don't want to be forced into something I don't like. That's how I feel with my sister. Yeah, Okay, so I'm not gonna ignore that comment that they said. When I was 16, he said my body looked good for my age. Let's not forget about that, okay? That bit's revolting. Yeah, like this comment says, let me guess, brother-in-law would want it to be conceived the natural way, not the a-hole. Yeah, also the comment above that one too. Not the a-hole. You would not be an appropriate surrogate because you haven't been pregnant and delivered any living children. Even if you'd had 15 kids, she still isn't entitled to rent your womb. And her creepy husband makes me want to throw up in my mouth. What if they want traditional insemination? And OP said, yuck, now that you mention that, I feel like throwing up. Good thing I said no. All my sister can do is find a surrogate. Yeah, and also, what did you say, OP, that they agreed to it without even asking you? Of course you're not the a-hole. The top comment says you can't be a surrogate unless you've already had children and they survive past birth. So tell them to kick rocks. Yeah, and also, if you could be the surrogate, you don't want to, so that's the end of it. Yeah, and this comment too, her husband's a predator. Definitely do not get pregnant with this man's child. Yeah, it sounds like it was bloody his idea. And yeah, like that other comment said, I bet he wants to do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, this comment too, your brother-in-law just wants to bang you because the natural way is best. Dude is a total creep. This is a hard no. Just block and ignore and concentrate on your studies. 1,000,000%. This is a really icky situation, OP. And yeah, of course you're not the a-hole. Don't ever do this. And also, like the top comment said, you probably can't do it anyway. Ew, that one was nasty. The next one's called, am I the a-hole for telling my sister she doesn't have a family? She has a circus. The other day, my sister, 36 female, was complaining to me that her family is chaos and she doesn't understand why everybody can't get along and why they never have a truly good moment while everybody's together. I listened to her for around 20 minutes and she told me that I was being quiet. My response was that she clearly needed to vent and I didn't want to interject. That was mainly true, but I also think my sister is a little insane for thinking she'd get to have a nice, neat little family, given the craziness in her family. For context, my sister had her first child at 18. My nephew Shane, 18 male. She dated Shane's dad for a while and found out when Shane was 1 that her boyfriend had another girl pregnant, and so they broke up. My sister and the other mother both got arrested for fighting, and she swore that she would never let that woman or her child near Shane. She got married at 21 and had 2 more kids, Katie, 15 female, and Rye, 13 male. She filed for divorce right after Rye was born, and her ex-husband is nowhere in sight since. A year later, she met another man who had a baby with somebody. My niece Lily, 12 female, is not my sister's biological child, but she raises her as her own, though unofficially since she's not adopted. Katie got married again and had Milo, 9 male, with that husband and got pregnant with Sage, 7 female, while married, but her ex-husband is not the father. Her youngest biological so far is Niall, 5 male, and his father's not in the picture either. My sister's married again. Her husband has 2 kids from his first marriage and 2 kids from his second marriage. He also has a child in his life who's not his biological kid, doesn't get along with his biological kids, but he treats this child like his own. The household has many complicated relationships and divided loyalties. There are complications with some of the other parents involved and other children involved. It's too long and complicated to get involved in. But even among my sister's children, they're not all cohesive close siblings, and some resentment does exist for one reason or another. Anyway, Lily was venting to me. She said nobody she knows has a family so incapable of getting together as hers. She asked me why I thought that was, and I said very blended families are more complex. She told me there are people with bigger blended families than hers. I told her bigger doesn't always mean having as many others involved as hers. Then she said again, they're all a family though, and they act like they don't want to be. And that's when I said probably because it's more of a circus than a family. My sister told me that was really unkind and untrue, that they are a family, even if others can't see it. She told me that she expects an apology from me before we can speak again. Am I the a-hole? No, you're not the a-hole, OP. And what do you mean she thinks it's untrue? It is a circus. Yeah, the top comment, not the a-hole. Dear God, I had less trouble following the genealogy of Elden Ring characters than your sister's lineage. I'm giving you the not the a-hole verdict because although your comment could be understood as rude, her life is obviously about perpetuating same mistakes and having same outcome at the cost of kids' happiness in the end. I know somebody who did that to his kids and their kids can't get along because they made a circus out of their lives. The comment under that says, not the a-hole. You mean to tell me that a revolving door of baby daddies doesn't make for a stable family dynamic? I think she needs a different hobby. Yeah, I kind of clocked out when I was reading that too because I couldn't keep up with it either. Yeah, OP, it is kind of a circus. And also, that's not that rude. Like, that doesn't necessarily mean you were being super rude and hurtful. To anybody looking at the situation, it's definitely a bit of a circus. This comment says, sign, not the a-hole, but just apologize and move along. There's no winning in any situation. You might as well still stay on good terms with your sister. Honestly, I don't feel like you lose anything over a fake sorry. Your sister seems like she lost everything and might have a few more losses down the road. Just depressing, really. Yeah, probably apologize anyway, OP. Like, yeah, you obviously care about them and you want them in your life. But yeah, I don't think it was that rude. You're kind of stating the obvious obvious. Like, oh, haha, sounds like a bit of a circus. Like, it does. Ask anybody and they'll say that. That's not really that rude or upsetting, is it? I don't know, maybe that is super rude, but it doesn't really seem that bad. Yeah, like maybe you didn't need to say it, but also at the same time, maybe she needed to hear it, you know? Ultimately, you don't sound like an a-hole, OP. You're obviously not trying to be mean, but you probably apologize and probably have a chat to her about it anyway. But yeah, I still don't feel like you're the a-hole, OP. The next one is called, am I the a-hole for telling my mum that being surrounded by her husband's huge-ass family for 2 weeks sounds like hell? My mum and Harry have been married for 3 years. They have 2 under 2 together, and then there's me, 17 male, who isn't Harry's kid. Harry comes from a huge family. His parents are still alive. He has 5 siblings. They have something like 16 kids between them, and then spouses, and all of them are coming to stay at our house for 2 weeks starting Saturday. Oh my god, how big is your house? I found this out Sunday night. Harry said some of his relatives are bringing tents and other are bringing camp beds so they can all fit. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But they'll be here for 2 whole weeks, and a bunch of them are also going to be sleeping inside. Oh yeah, you're not the a-hole, OP. That does sound like hell. Harry is so excited, and my mum is all hyped up for it too. She isn't close to her family, so she's looking forward to having family around. I personally can't wait for them to be gone. I hardly know any of them, and even though they are technically family by marriage now, I don't know that I'll ever consider them my family. My mum pulled me aside yesterday and told me that I'm not acting excited, and she can't understand why because she thought that I would have wanted to get to know my extended family. I told her that's a lot of people I don't know or care about coming to stay, and it's not going to be comfortable. I said a day would be a lot. 2 whole weeks sounds like hell to be stuck with Harry's huge-ass family. My mum started whisper scolding me saying that they're our family too, and how she expected me to be more eager to have them here. I told her that I'd prefer to stay with a friend for the 2 weeks. I said they'd even have an extra room to use for everybody. My mum said that that was such a negative attitude to have. She told me I'll finally have grandparents, aunts and uncles, some cousins even. Don't I want that? I told her I'd much rather be comfortable in my friend's home. Then last night mum told me the way I talked about our family wasn't okay, and that if I really want to go to my friend's house and if his parents are cool with it, I could, but she will be disappointed and she will still expect me to change my attitude. I was like, thank you, but mum told me the way that I describe being around Harry's family as hell is not okay. Am I the a-hole? Yeah, I don't really know why you'd be excited about that. No, I don't feel like you're the a-hole, OP. The top comment says, not the a-hole. It sounds like your mum just wants to play happy families. Personally sounds like my idea of hell too. And also, yeah, 2 weeks is a long time. That sounds so exhausting. Yeah, also this comment, not the a-hole. It's totally inappropriate for anybody to tell you what you should think or feel. It'd be one thing if your mum said, I understand that's how you feel, and I can see how this situation could be frustrating for you, but I'm asking you to give it a try for the sake of our family. That would be reasonable and respectful of her, but that's not what she did. Her attitude suggests that your needs will be ignored during the 2 weeks, that this massive family is going to be in your home. So no, you're not an a-hole for wanting to go stay with a friend. Yeah, I was thinking that too. You can't force somebody to be excited about something like this. It's not really that exciting for some people. This comment says, I can see and understand both sides of this. No a-holes. 2 weeks is a long time for any house guest. OP, keep that in mind when you stay with a friend. Your mum wants to have more family and sees this as a good opportunity for her and for you. Having more people care about you is a good thing. Perhaps you can split the difference and give Harry's family a chance. Maybe stay for a few days and then leave for a few and then come back. Get involved in some of the activities and try to have fun. OP said, my mum would be disappointed in me leaving at all. She wants me to stay and embrace them for the 2 whole weeks. So I think staying with my friend or going between a 2 or 3 of them, where there would be far less people and I know everybody, would be preferred. Joining in with my mum and Harry's family during the day would be fine, though not everything because they have a lot planned. And also what, they're all taking 2 weeks off or something? And also this comment too, that's a lot of people for one house. I don't know how many bathrooms you have, but it's not enough. Yeah, how's it even gonna work? And also this comment, I mean, it does sound like hell. There's only 5 people in my family and it already feels suffocating sometimes. Your mum's not being understanding here. Integrating into a new family is something that happens slowly and organically. It can't be forced, especially not on a teenager in such an extreme way. Yeah, completely. Yeah, I feel like your mum's going about this the wrong way, OP. Definitely not being understanding enough. And also trying to force you to enjoy it too isn't gonna work. Also this comment too, I think your mum will crash in 3 days. 2 weeks would wreck me. She wants you to think of strangers as family. Had she said for you to meet them and try to be friendly, okay, but you're supposed to automatically be family? No thanks. Yeah, it sounds absolutely exhausting. OP left this comment, we have 1 bathroom. They plan to have a schedule in place for it. Oh god, that's terrible. Your toilet's gonna break, OP. And also, I want to reiterate that these aren't just going to be adults in the family. There's Harry's 5 siblings, and they have 16 kids that are coming. Nobody wants want 16 kids in their house? Of course you're not excited, OP. OP also left this comment. My plan was to go and say hi and see people during the day, just not all day and not for everything, or to spend the 2 weeks with them the whole way. Yeah, and that sounds completely reasonable, OP. Like, what's wrong with that? And why would your mum be disappointed in that? That's good. You're gonna see everybody, you're gonna meet everybody. You just won't live there for the whole 2 weeks. That seems reasonable. No, I don't feel like you're the a-hole, OP. Pretty sure anybody would feel the same in your situation. The next one's on the entitled people subreddit. The roommate who gave me a curfew and wouldn't let me cough. They're no longer my roommates. Me and this roommate, we chose to be roommates because we thought that we'd get along. But she started getting all entitled and weird when she realized that we had different schedules. A bit of backstory about us both. I'm from a middle-class suburb, lower middle class even, and was the opposite of spoiled. She came from a rich town where she had a 3-story home and was never told no. We had different backgrounds clearly. I was at school on a scholarship from the state and she chose the school because the city has way more diversity than she's used to, and she wanted to experience the culture of New York. We shared a bedroom because it was a dorm. She played on a sports team, so she had to be up early. I didn't, so I'd stay in my other friend's room until midnight usually. I'd usually come back to the dorm, not even turn the lights on, and crawl into bed. Sometimes I'd go into our kitchen and chill in there if I didn't want to go to sleep yet, but it's a separate room. She, on the other hand, would wake up at 4 in the morning, turn every light on, blast music to get her pumped up for practice, and FaceTime her teammates. One day I was about to go out to see my friends at like 8 p.m. and she was already in bed. She asked me to shut the lights off and to hurry up as if it were midnight. I said I'll be out in a few and she was annoyed. Before I left, she told me that I must be home by 10:30. I said I'll be back at midnight. And she said, no, I have practice. You don't have to go out. And you're loud when you open the door. I just left because what the hell? I talked to her the next morning telling her how loud she is. She didn't stop. I said I'll come back home early when you stop going to soccer, because why should I not have a life because she needs to be in bed by 8? Another night I had a serious cough. I got bronchitis at the end of the semester. One night I was trying to sleep but I kept on coughing, and after a while she snapped up out of bed, looked at me and went, if you're gonna do that, how about you just go in the kitchen? So obviously I said no. She also once told me to stop getting sick because it scares her and makes her anxiety worse. What? There was another time when she got mad at me because the shower was cold. The conversation went something like, did you take a shower? I said, no, I showered last night. Well, you must have because it's cold and you did something to it. Me, I just said that I didn't shower. Turns out the whole dorm shower was broken. No apologies. Another time I went home for the weekend and she called me to tell her friend that she was going to sleep over in my bed. I said no. Why the hell was my bed messed up when I got back? Another time she told me the night before my final that her friend's sleeping over in her room. She didn't ask me, she told. I said I had a final. Her response was that she already told her friend that they can fly in from out of state months ago. They were loud. My other favorite was when she got mad that I wouldn't go home on my birthday weekend. She wanted her boyfriend to sleep over. It was my birthday. I wanted to hang out with my friends. She told me just go home and hang with my family. No. And my favorite also was when I went home for winter break and she stayed. She asked, did you come back at all during break? Me, I've been home for 3 weeks. Her, well, my sweater went missing along with other stuff, and I don't want to accuse you, but I think I saw you posting something similar. Me, I've been an hour away at home for almost a month. Her, are you sure you didn't take it? Me, did you leave your laundry in the wash and forget to take it upstairs? Her, no response until I came back. The best part of the story is that she's 5'2" and I'm 5'9", and completely different sizes. Wow. So entitled. They're so entitled that it's hilarious. I'm so happy that you're not roommates anymore, OP. But also, at least you've got a lot of fun stories to tell. The top comment says, I'm glad you aren't roommates anymore. And OP said, yeah, I celebrated the day that she moved out. I'm not kidding. My friend bought me a little ice cream cake. Yeah, fair enough too, OP. Yeah, like you said, OP. Obviously never been told no. Yeah, this comment, I pity her future spouse. Definitely. Okay, the next one is called, am I the a-hole for wearing a 2-piece to my kids' swimming lessons? I, 27 female, am a mother to quadruplets age 2. This is their first year taking swimming lessons, and at their age, the lessons require one-on-one with the child and adult, as well as an instructor to teach. So me, my husband, and 2 of my husband's friends came along. Unfortunately, all 4 of the kids got booked for the same time. They started the lessons on Monday and ended today, Friday. At the lessons, all the other kids had their mothers and female guardians with them, and all of them wore shorts or shirt swimsuits. My husband and his friends had trunks with no shirt, and I wore a 2-piece. Nothing bad, everything was well covered, but obviously my stomach and my back showed. I didn't think it was a big deal, but I didn't even notice what everybody wore until probably Wednesday. It was fine because everybody, including me, was modest. However, they finished their lessons today. When everybody was getting changed to leave, a few mothers came up to me. They said that they didn't want to mention it earlier to make classes awkward, but they and a few other mothers were uncomfortable with how I was wearing a 2-piece to the lessons all week. They suggested that if I do another class with my kids here, I cover up my stomach because nobody nobody wants to see it because of the stretch marks from my pregnancy. Oh, the a-holes. Oh my god. Which is a lot more than average because I had quadruplets. I asked if they had an issue with how my husband and his friends didn't wear a shirt at all, and they said they didn't care because they didn't have the baby belly like I did. Now I'm back at home and I can't decide if they were being rude or just were honest. No, they were being super rude, OP. They made sure to tell me it wasn't about the modesty, it was just my stomach. I never thought about it, so maybe it's my fault for being careless and not thinking for everybody else. My husband says I was fine, but all the mothers there apparently didn't think so. Am I the a-hole? No, you're not the a-hole, OP. They are. Edit, I did not expect this to blow up so much. I'm so thankful to all the kind comments. I've spent 20 minutes reading and upvoting, and there's just so many. This has made me feel much better about the situation. Fortunately or unfortunately, this isn't our usual pool and we're done lessons until next year, so I won't have the chance to say anything you suggested to those people. Yeah, like this comment said, I swear mothers are mother's worst enemy sometimes. Not the a-hole. You've had 4 babies. Damn, good luck moving forward, OP. That has to be scary at times. Your body is the way it is because it carried them, and I'm glad that shame didn't occur to you, or at least not prior to these women feeling entitled to telling you to hide. There's no reason to cover stretch marks. They're not inappropriate at all, but particularly not when they tell a story of epic motherhood. Keep wearing whatever you want. Let these women desperately try to airbrush their own bodies IRL if that's what makes them comfortable, but they're not entitled to try to extend their own issues onto you. Yeah, 1,000,000%, and that's what they're doing. That's so a-holey of them to say that. And this one too, you're so much not the a-hole. You have stretch marks because you birthed actual humans out of your body. It's completely natural and appropriate. Those other mothers can get over themselves. There's nothing for you to feel guilty about. Today we're back on the Nice Guy subreddit, and I hope you guys are excited. It's been so long since we've had a Nice Guy episode. There's going to be so much to read today. So yeah, I hope you're ready to read some terrifying stuff, everybody. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you like and subscribe if you want to. And with that being said, enjoy, guys. Hey, I'm sorry I didn't message you earlier today, but I wanted to say that I enjoyed our date yesterday. How did you feel about it? Oh yeah, I was wondering why you didn't message sooner, but I agree, it was very enjoyable. Would you like to see each other between Christmas and New Year's? I can take you to the restaurant you were talking about. I can't actually, I'm gonna be at my parents' between Christmas and New Year's, maybe sometime in January. I'm gonna be a little busy though, so you don't want to see each other anymore? No, that's not what I said at all. Well, it kinda seems that way. You expect me to believe that you aren't going out to party on New Year's? Not this year. Then why can't you see me in January? I literally said that I can. I just said that I'll be a bit busy. Okay, well you should make some time for yourself instead of work. If you spent time with me, you could relax more. That's not really time to myself then, is it? So you don't want to see me? If you're going to be so confrontational about it, I don't want to really. I literally paid for your dinner and this is the thanks I get? You should be thankful I spent the time getting to know you. Now you want to ditch me? What the hell? Oh my god, dude. You're doing this to yourself. I don't really know what to say to that. You could start by apologizing for wasting my time. Have fun around on New Year's Eve. I guess I dodged a bullet here, haha. Bro, you're living in your own fantasy world. The other person said they were keen to hang out. The nice guy is like, oh, so you're not keen to hang out? The other person said they're not doing anything for New Year's. The nice guy says, have fun around on New Year's Eve. Like, you're not even listening, dude. So you aren't gonna answer me? Why would they want to, dude? You're a waste of time, you know that? You better pay me back for the dinner because this is ridiculous. I took you out to a nice dinner that you said you enjoyed, and now you don't want to go on a second date with me? Effing S-word. You literally have no life and you say you're too busy to see me. You could have just told me straight up that you were busy all the time before I went on a date with you. They didn't even say they were too busy to hang out. Why are they so delusional? Bro, you're making up an imaginary world. Do you usually waste people's time and money? Whoring around for free food and attention? I can't believe I actually was considering settling down with a woman so old and so ugly. Girls over 21 are a waste of time. I don't need to settle for an ugly duckling like you. Then stop texting me, get a life, dude. Yeah, you're the one who's messaging them. You bloody talking to yourself here. My like is better than yours, S-word. Life? I'm sorry, I should have been more... No way. I'm sorry, I should have been more understanding about your schedule. I'm sorry if you feel disrespected. You up? Oh, that's so bad. So bad that it's hilarious. I'm sorry if you feel disrespected after I called you an effing S-word. I hope you'll go on a second date with me. Yeah, the top comment, the you up, really was the icing on the cake. And guaranteed, if OP doesn't respond to that you up message, they'd be like, oh, screw you. Women are all the same. What, are you too busy to even respond to me? Stop wasting my precious time. Yeah, the comment below that one too. Dude was aggressively disrespectful and then says, sorry if you feel disrespected. Red flag. Yeah, I really missed this subreddit. Yeah, and the comment below that, he had her laughing my ass off. He just sabotaged himself. God damn. Yeah, that's such a common thing that we see on here. Like, bro, you're getting in your own way. Like, they make up a scenario in their head, project it onto the other person, and then get upset about it, and it's not even real. OP said, I had a good time and I'm keen to go on another date. And they're like, no, you're not. Putting words in their mouth. And also, not to mention the bit where they said girls over 21 are a waste of time. Like this comment says, it's because adult women won't put up with this BS. Yeah, probably. This comment says, this is why I'll never buy that nice guys finish last BS. This guy was literally about to get a second date, just not on the dates and months that he wanted. And he fumbled so hard by throwing a tantrum. And the you up at the end, laughing my ass off. The next one says, why aren't you picking up? Sorry, I can't pick up right now. If it's important, you can text me. I'm very disappointed in you. What is this behavior? I never thought you would turn to be like one of those girls, like one of your perverted friends. My son have told me about the ridiculous way that you reacted when he simply asked you out for a simple, humble date. Oh, is this somebody's parent? It was not such a big thing. I don't understand why you go out of your way and disrespect him like that. I have known you all of your life. You're like a daughter to me. And you're doing this and disrespecting me and my family? It's unacceptable. Just wait until your mum hears about this. I've got a feeling your son hasn't told you the whole story. Oh, he told me everything. Every mean and horrible thing that you've said to him. The way that you told him you were out of his league and he was ugly and didn't make enough money and didn't meet your skyrocket standards. I've heard about it all. Wow, this is embarrassing. Well, let me tell you something, young lady. You cannot speak with such disrespect to him. This new age movement had deluded you into thinking that there's no value in dating a good man. It's honestly so sad seeing you turn into one of them. I pray for your mum and dad and for your future husband who'll have to deal with this attitude for the rest of their life. High standards. I told him he got into collect when I was born, and that was it. I never said anything else. And how is that the problem? You know, he truly cared about you. He liked you for a truly long time. What? Like, I'm 18 next month? What? And dude is like 45? Are you joking? My son is 39 and he doesn't look a day older than 30. How is that better? Yeah, what? Is this real? You're being picky. There's nothing wrong with dating somebody older than you. In fact, it's way better. But you don't know that because you've been brainwashed. You're under 18, OP? What is this? Ew. And at least you could have been more respectful in the way that you rejected him. I've never seen him like this. He's so upset. I know my son deserves better than you. When you say that he liked me for a very long time, do you mean like when I was 12? I'm not continuing this conversation with you anymore. I'll talk with your mother tomorrow first thing in the morning. Okay, bro, it's like midnight. I can't do this anymore and I'm blocking you. And good luck convincing my mum that I should marry somebody her age. Lol. Yeah, what? That was bloody horrifying. Yeah, the top comment, this is so icky. You were spot on with the 12 comment. I love your replies. Now we know where the son got his entitled attitude. Yeah, completely. Imagine being a parent and doing that. And also, imagine not seeing an issue with this. OP's not even 18. OP said in the comments, context, I live in a very social neighborhood, and that's how I know him and his mum. That man literally watched me grow up. I don't know if this is him pretending to be her, or if it actually is his mum. Both are equally crazy. Edit, she had a fight with my mum on the phone, and like I expected, he was the one texting. But she still stands with him and is calling me out for age shaming him or whatever, and called me the C word. I'm so gonna get a restraining order. She's calling it age shaming. That's not age shaming. It's disgusting. And it was him texting the whole time, but the mum still agrees with him. Yeah, definitely get a restraining order, OP. Ew. Somebody said, please tell me your mum's gonna tear her a new one. What the hell? And OP said she posted this in her Facebook mums group or something for all of her social circles to see. And she said, we'll get a restraining order if he doesn't stop acting like this. Wow, that's so bad. Yeah, this comment, I'll be 39 when my daughter is 17. Effing gross. Very effing gross. Oh, and also like this comment says, you're like a daughter to me. That just makes it even weirder. Yeah, he said you're like a daughter to me. Ew. Yeah, this comment, he sounds like he needs to be on a watch list. Yeah, how disgusting. The next one says, hey, this is so-and-so from Take 5, letting you know that your car's ready. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'll be right there. No problem. And then next Friday, hey, what's up? You there? Yeah? Isn't this the place I got my oil changed? Was something wrong with my payment? Or this is so-and-so lol. Right, from the place I got my oil changed, right? Did I need to follow up with y'all about something? Nope. I just wanted to say hi, haha. How are you? So you're just texting me to text me? Yep, and to see how you're doing. I'm fine, but this is a little strange. I've never spoken to you outside of getting my my oil change where you work twice. I also have a boyfriend. Strange how? I'm just trying to make friends, and you're making me seem like a creep. How else am I supposed to make friends? Girls like you are the reason that guys don't approach females as much these days, because they're afraid of being labelled a creep just for putting themselves out there. I thought you'd be nicer and get it. Forget I texted you, bye. Oh, and who cares if you have a boyfriend? Did I even ask? Lol, like I'm trying to date you. What a joke, I was just trying to make friends. Get over yourself. Even if I was interested, I'm not anymore with that snotty attitude. Your boyfriend is probably miserable being with somebody like you. Poor guy. Dude, I'm trying to work right now and you're blowing up my phone. Stop texting me or I'm gonna call both your work and the police. My boss won't care. Go ahead and try. What are the police gonna do? Ha. You're a trip. Alright, I'm blocking you. Don't contact me on this number ever again, or I will make good with contacting police. Wow, because you were rightfully confused and said that you had a boyfriend and stuff, they immediately flip out. God, you're what's wrong with the world these days. You're why men don't even try to talk to women anymore. Oh my god. Is something on your mind, buddy? You seem to be quite upset. Somebody in the comments said, for sure report him to his boss and their corporate, since he's insisting that his boss won't care. And OP said, I'm waiting on my lunch break and I'm making some calls. Definitely don't want any other unsuspecting women needing an oil change to deal with this type of BS. And 100% that would happen too. Good on you for doing that, OP. No doubt that would happen to somebody else too. Like, oh, hey, I did your oil change. This isn't totally creepy, is it? No, it is. Somebody commented, she's the reason guys leave other girls alone. Finally, thank you. And OP said, right, lol. You're welcome, ladies. Yeah, you're the reason? Yeah, and also this comment, it's always girls and females. Anyone who avoids using the word women, seemingly at all costs. Honestly, that's all you need to know about them. Yeah, it's like a belittling and sort of degrading thing, isn't it? Like there's men and females or girls, because women, no, not women, men and females, acting like women are like some different species or something. The next one starts out by saying, I'm still puking and my mum checked and I'm running a fever. Can we reschedule, please? She's taking me to urgent care to see what's up. Please don't hate me. I'm so sorry. I'm feeling like absolute garbage and I prefer not to puke on you the first time that we meet. I thought rest would help me. Okay, ... I made time for you. Wow, oh my god. Why are they getting so bloody upset for no reason? Bro, who cares? Oh, sorry, you're sick? I hope you feel better soon. That's what you say. Don't get all bloody upset for no reason. I think you're also sick because you're overthinking meeting me. Oh my god. I know, I'm sorry, and the majority is probably because I watched 2 kids, one of which still had a stomach bug. I thought I'd be fine since he was mainly in his room. Please don't hate me, I promise. I don't know what to say at the moment because I'm really interested and want to see you. Okay, so pause for a second. You can already tell that this guy is making up a scenario in his head. Why are you getting so melodramatic and upset for no reason? You couldn't possibly be actually sick. Like, it's so annoying, and they're doing the same thing again. They're getting upset about something that doesn't exist already. I was really excited to meet you. I even had an outfit idea picked. I even had my mum grab my skirt from the laundry room. I don't know. Okay. Oh my god. I understand. I'm sorry. I'm heading to urgent care in a few minutes. I'll text you when we get there. You can't even see me for a little. ... Okay. ... Sunshine, realistically, I've been feeling icky all weekend, and I really don't want to be miserable and risk puking in public the first time I see you. To be honest, it kinda hurts. I respect you can't see me. It's fine. I get it. But you even said that you'd not bail even on your friends and you'd hang out with them, so I figure you'd see me also no matter what. I bailed on my friends this weekend as well. Okay. They hung out without me last night because I wasn't feeling well. I get it. Oh, stop responding to them. I left the grad party early. I just showed up to give my gift and talk for a little bit. I want to see you. Okay. Yeah, they're literally saying, I want to see you, but it's like they can't even read it. No, you don't really want to see me. I'm convinced about something that's not even real. I really do, but I really don't want to be yakking up every few minutes. I don't think that'll be a good impression. I get it. 1 second, I have to sign in on the thingy. Give me a few. KK. Yeah? I don't want to bother. Do what you have to first. I'm just upset. Bro, you should not be upset. You've got no reason to be upset. It's not about you. I usually have to sit here for an hour or so let's talk. At the moment, I don't want to talk. I'm extremely upset because I moved things around so I could see you today. And I know you're not feeling well, and I get that completely, but it still hurts because I'm such a nice guy. Wow, doesn't get it at all. I don't have anything to talk about because I just wanted to see you. I know you're a nice guy. I wanted to see you too. I was genuinely excited, but I genuinely feel like garbage and with the FIFA it's gotten worse. In my mum's eyes, she'd rather be safer than sorry. I truly and deeply appreciate you moving things around to see me today. I truly do, and I respect you not wanting to talk. I'm sorry. I'll leave you be. Text me when you're ready. All right. And the worst part is you're not even trying to reschedule to make up. Breaks my heart. Oh, you're breaking your own heart, dude. It's like the first one. They're sabotaging themselves. Like, I feel like you like the crappy guy. There it is. You are convinced that this person likes crappy guys. That's the imaginary narrative that you're playing in your head. Like, I feel like you like the crappy guys, but then the good guys, you don't even appreciate them, which then leads you ending up with crappy people again because you're blind. They're blind? Bro, you're thinking about a situation that isn't real and letting it upset you. That's because I don't know my work schedule this week, as well as family plans. I don't want to commit to plans that I won't be able to actually go through. And no, I don't like crappy guys. And I'm going to be honest, it's kind of upsetting that instead of respecting that I'm not feeling well, you're making the assumption that I like crappy people. See, that's not fair. You're not breaking on other plans, but breaking on our plans. Do you not see it from my point of view? The other plans are work and my family. I'm trying to help my family stay afloat. So yeah, I'll be cancelling plans with my friends and anybody else to prioritize making sure my family doesn't have to stress as much. My dad lost his job. Our house is falling apart. I'm trying to do my best. And me being sick is a major inconvenience for everybody. I work a corporate job and I take care of my family. And I'm still being hyper flexible on purpose to make time for you. That's why me moving things to see you today was a big deal, because I cancelled a lot of things so I could drive out to see you. I did a lot. Yeah, listen, I respect and appreciate that, and I do feel genuinely awful, but realistically, would you really want to hang out with somebody who isn't feeling well and puking? OP, you do not need to feel awful about this. I just like you and I wanted to put a face to you, that's all. I'll be honest, I get that, and I wanted to see you too, but again, I'm sick, I'm not feeling well, and truthfully, if I went, I wouldn't enjoy it at all because I'd be trying not to puke. It's just I feel hurt because last night I confirmed with you 5 times. I was afraid you wouldn't be able to make it, so even though it's not in your control, it just for me seems like it was so predictable that I wouldn't see you. And I feel like, yeah, you don't feel well, but I feel like you're very nervous and don't want to meet up with me like you do, but then you don't. I'm so upset right now. I'm just in my room texting you rather than hanging with my family. This happens every time I give love and respect to an individual. Maybe I should be a crappy person. Oh, this is so bad. Nice guys are so bloody exhausting. Listen, go and enjoy time with your family and we'll talk about this later because I'm upset. I feel like I'm getting blamed for being sick when I don't want to be sick. I'm not blaming you. I'm just upset that it's such a coincidence. How's it a coincidence? I've been sick all weekend. From the day that we started talking, I've been sick and obviously not getting better. That on your date, you feel more worse than you did all the other time. And also, if you felt super sick, I just wish you'd even say last night that you wouldn't make it. That would have been better if you just said that, but instead you said you'd make it and that the only problem was your nephew. I'm not upset at you. I'm upset at the situation because now I have no clue when I'll even see you. Yeah, you know what? I can't do this. I didn't ask to wake up with a fever. I didn't want to be sick. I thought if I rested these 2 days that I'd be fine by today, because at first you said you'd make time and now I'm getting all this new information that you'll probably not see me for a while. I'm getting frustrated. We'll talk when I'm more cooled down because I don't think either of us are going to listen to each other right now. I don't want to text anymore. When you're home, can I call you? I just want to have a phone call. I'm free tomorrow after 4 and Tuesday after 4, but that's the best I can do. I'm going to be honest, this conversation really changed how I viewed you. I thought you'd be understanding, and it really hurt that it turned into this, and assuming that I like crappy people is really messed up. I've been in crappy situations with people who were the nicest people in the world to start with, and then they change once they get comfortable. I don't mean any disrespect, but you've known me for 2 days, and you've pushed to hang out even though I've been sick, and when I cancelled, you got upset with the situation, as if we've known each other for months. Hell, even weeks it would have been totally understandable to be upset if I cancelled, but we've known each other for 2 days. It's not like I'd never make time to see you. I just need to make plans around work and what my family needs. You seriously do not value good guys. Oh, stop it. This is unbelievably bad. I can see why you're in the mess that you are. You're so traumatized that you don't even see a good guy if he hit you with a bus. Now in your head, you're overthinking and all of this. Wow, they're overthinking? A girl like you doesn't run from the problem but walks towards it. Maybe I'm glad that I can say that I gave my above and beyond to you and respected you, and now you're not my problem. If you end up with the worst person ever next, I'll just say, I told you so, and you can now build an image about me in your head and be mad at me because I really had to move mountains to see you, but it's fine. Maybe I need to find a more established person who values good people. I have every right to be upset, and if you're gonna play the victim card, oh my god, you're playing the victim. Are you joking? Then I don't need a person who uses that as an argument freebie. Bro, you're making an issue out of nothing. Delusional. Whatever you say next, I won't open it or read it or value it because I feel feel like I've wasted enough of my energy talking to you, and I don't want to give you not even one more second of my time. I can see why you're alone and why everybody leaves. My relationship didn't work out because my ex moved out of the States. That's why I'm single. I'm trying to find another valuable person and not you. So whatever you say, I don't care anymore because you fried my brain, and I don't wish you the best. Wish I never met you. You lost yourself a really good guy and you're blind. Bye forever. Oh my god. I can't believe they're saying that you're blind. That is the most ridiculous thing I feel like we've ever read. Bro, you made all of this up in your head. You completely sabotaged yourself. How can this be real? They are professionals at upsetting themselves. That's so wild. They brainwashed themselves into thinking there was an issue, and yet the assumption that OP liked crappy guys. God, you can't even help these people. Bro, if you're gonna make an issue when there completely isn't one, what are you gonna be like when there actually is issues? That's so pathetic. Yeah, this comment. This was the perfect opportunity for him to be, you know, a genuine nice guy and comfort you while you're sick. Needless to say, you were too patient with him. He dropped the freaking nuke. Yeah, like this comment says, to nice guys, love and respect are purely transactional. They only hand it out when they expect a solid return on their investment, and they can feel cheated when something like illness gets in their way. Why would he feel things like compassion or sympathy when he got cheated out of what he thinks he's gonna get? Horizontal mumbo. You were way too nice, OP. I'm glad you didn't get involved with him any further. And OP said, honestly, you're so right, and I felt like I dodged a bullet. Yeah, you definitely did, OP. The next one says, newly single after an 8-year relationship. Online dating seems worse than before. I'm 36 male, I got a great job, I hit the gym, and I look good. I dress up casual but nice. I have no debt. I got a Toyota Tacoma 4x4. I live in a house but my father owns it, and I've got a roommate to split the bills with. And I got the master bedroom, just 10 minutes from downtown. I seem to have everything I need, and that most women would flock my way, no problem. But it's been dry as a desert for me. And the games and the ghosting are non-stop. I've only been single for about 3 months, but in this time I've only dated with a girl for a couple of weeks, and I felt she was below my standards. She blew me off the day after she slept over at my place for the second time. Every other woman online ignores me, and the ones that do message are ugly as hell. I feel like American women are truly tainted and have unrealistic expectations. They just seem psychotic and arrogant. Is it the birth control and the hormones they're pumped with? Or is it social media or 5G cell phone towers making them like this? Regardless of what it is, there's a huge problem with American women. Oh yeah, blame everybody else. Maybe you're the one that has an issue, dude. They'd rather be alone than not have a man in the top 5%. I'd like to have a beautiful woman, but she doesn't have to be drop dead gorgeous. I don't even care for makeup. And if she's a little chubby, that's fine with me. She doesn't even have to dress up too nice, because I think a simple woman is much less drama to deal with. I've been so depressed about women today, so I'm thinking I may travel abroad. Oh yeah, that'll fix it. Not. My first thought was Eastern Europe because I want blonde hair, blue-eyed women mostly. I'm blonde with green eyes, but I've also heard they can be kinda mean. Second was Southeast Asia like Vietnam or Philippines. I know Asian women are so sweet and so tender. Third would be Argentina, Costa Rica, Panama since I speak good Spanish. Where should a white man go to? American white women are gone. They're just far gone into outer space. They don't even know it. Yeah, like the top comment says, I like how it's a conspiracy theory that he's not getting anywhere, asking if it's 5G, social media, or birth control that's responsible, instead of taking a look in the mirror. Yeah. Oh, it's gotta be the 5G cell phone towers, doesn't it? Ruining all of these women? That's so funny, but it's also not. It's sad. And having the attitude that if you leave the country, it's gonna somehow be better. Bro, you're the issue. Going to a different country's not gonna change it. This comment says, what an idiot. The hypocrisy and lack of self-awareness is astounding. Every woman online ignores me, and then immediately follows up with, except the ugly ones. American women have unrealistic expectations. They're psychotic and arrogant. Dude, look in the mirror. It sounds like you can definitely find someone to date, but they aren't up to whatever superficial standards that you have. In his description of his ideal woman, he just listed physical things, nothing about personality. Of course, these guys are such tools and they deserve their self-inflicted unhappiness. Yeah, that's what it is. Self-inflicted unhappiness, 100%. Every single one that we've read today has been like that. Yeah, this comment too. This man's going on a worldwide safari looking for women. So creepy. I love how he just generalizes millions of women with every sentence too, lol. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Saying how Eastern European women are mean and how Asian women are sweet and tender. Like what, they made them in a factory or something, dude? Oh yeah, every single Eastern European woman is super mean, and every Asian woman is sweet and tender, acting like they don't have personalities. Once again, it's hilarious, but it's also not. That's so sad. And yeah, like that comment said, going on a worldwide safari looking for women. It's not gonna help. The next one says, can I take you on a date? No, but this is a better photo for your main. I can't take you on a date? Why? No is a complete sentence. You don't like good-looking men that are looking for a long-term relationship and would treat you with love like a princess? You're one of those women that like men that treat them like crap? Sorry, that's not me, you are, right? Or maybe you can't handle an Italian man. What is it? Because all my recent exes were black and I plan on my wife being black when I find her. None of your rant has nothing to do with me. At your age, you should know not everybody will want you. Demanding to know why is creepy and entitlement. We're strangers. I don't owe you an explanation, and I most certainly don't owe you interest. You have a great day and thank you oh so much. Oh my god, that's such a funny response. Post number 4 that we read today where the person was sick and the nice guy just kept on talking and talking and talking and being upset for no reason. I wish they said this. Like that's all they had to say. You have a great day and thank you oh so much. It'd be awesome if more nice guys actually said that. Obviously, like it'd be good if this person didn't say the other stuff too, but that sentence at the end is actually what they need to do. Oh, you're not interested? Okay, no worries. You have a great day and thank you oh so much. And then they stop talking. Amazing. The top comment says, or maybe you can't handle an Italian man? That sent me. My boyfriend is Italian too, and like I don't feel like that says anything about him besides that he likes to eat his pasta first and then salad. Yeah, and also this comment. Sometimes I wonder if these guys have ever talked to other humans before. Yeah, it really does seem like that, doesn't it? The next one says, hi there. I love your tattoos. Where did you get them done? No response. Why even add me if you're gonna pretend I don't even exist? Just wait until I'm an effing millionaire. Then you're gonna wish you didn't ghost me for no reason. Wow, okay. You just wait. You're gonna regret it. Yeah, like this comment says, seems like a stable, rational individual. Oh yes, definitely. From 0 to 100 really fast. Oh, you didn't respond? Go to hell. Hello there. Hi, how are you? I'm good, and you? Now, what if I don't play video games or nothing like that? Would you still connect with me? I mean, people have different interests. Not a big deal to me. You definitely are a hot ass girl. I love those damn curves. I want to drive down that damn back road. I'd love to take you out on the boat or go ATV riding. What are we reading? Oh, gotcha. Sounds like you're more interested in hooking up, which is fine, but doesn't really align with my preferences. I prefer to go slow and really get to know someone. What the F? I comment on your effing curves and you're trying to say that I want to F? What the hell? Well, you're socially awkward. I tried to make you effing feel better and you effing accuse me of, oh my effing god. Make me feel better about what? Lol, this has got to be a prank or something. Oh, what the hell effer? Get the F off my goddamn page. Go play with your effing video game. You don't know how to effing communicate with people. Yeah, you live your life behind a computer screen, but because you have no life, you don't know how to interact with people unless they're behind a screen. Effing nerd. I feel sorry for people like you. What was that? Yeah, this comment 0 to 100 in 1 second. Yeah, how does that even happen? Like, what are you upset about, dude? Okay, let's read a couple more. I want to date you. I'm sorry, I just don't feel that way about you. Okay, cool. Now what if I say a bunch of stuff that makes everything worse and destroys a potentially valuable friendship? What if I start insulting you for no reason? Will that help? I don't understand the logic. Feminism is oppressing me. Modern society hates men. Yeah, it is that. It's so sad too. Nice guy stuff and incel sort of stuff. Most of it is them getting in their own way. It's so wild. Nobody will ever want you. Then why are you still messaging? Yeah, and also right after they say nobody will ever want you and you're a piece of crap and you're super ugly, they'll be like, oh, you're missing out on such a nice guy. Yeah, they're not really missing out though, are they? Am I the a-hole for telling my wife that I hate her fridge-scaping? Recently, my wife has taken to fridge-scaping. I guess it's a recent trend because I'd never heard about it before. She started decorating our fridge and it was really getting on my nerves. For example, she put flowers in the fridge, in vases, in front of food so you have to move things just to get to the food. She put all of our food in fancy baskets and jars and similar stuff. I know it sounds absurd, but if you just search up fridge-scaping, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, hold on. We need to Google this. Fridge-scaping. Oh, yeah, that doesn't look good. That looks so cluttered. They've got a little picture in there. And are they candles? And flowers in front of the food? Yeah, I don't know. Well, this one has lights in there. Okay, so that's what fridge-scaping is. I didn't care at first because I don't have to use the fridge much anyway. I don't cook a lot. But she's getting too meticulous with it and adding too much decor. It's made the fridge very uninviting for me. She gets upset when I get something from the fridge and I don't put things back perfect. She keeps taking it as a personal personal slight and acts like I've done something deliberately to hurt her when I haven't. I just find it unnecessary to maintain such an organized fridge. I feel like it's less organized. Before she started this, it'd take me 30 seconds to grab something from the fridge, whereas now it's a whole ordeal. Last weekend, she confronted me after I grabbed some leftovers from the fridge and left it in disarray, according to her. I explained how I find the hobby stupid and she can decorate other stuff. It doesn't have to be the fridge. It gets in the way when I want to quickly eat, when I come home from work hungry and tired and I want to grab a quick bite. It's frustrating. I also talked to my son about it and he finds it annoying, which I told her. She didn't argue back after that and she removed all the decorations out of the fridge, which I have to admit has been relieving. But she's also been acting very distant towards me and just hasn't been herself and has been weird intimacy-wise. Am I the a-hole for this? Every time I do the groceries, I already don't have enough room in the fridge. The last thing I can imagine is having vases and plants in there taking up space. Like, come on. But also, I feel like you could have done a better job at saying all of this, OP. But also, like, how bad was it? I feel like it's super cute when you organize your fridge and you have cool little containers and stuff like that. But like, obviously, if you're filling up the fridge with a whole bunch of stuff that really shouldn't be in there, then yeah, that's definitely annoying and doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, oh no, I can only fit half of my food in the fridge because of the pot plants in there. Like, of course that doesn't make any sense, but was the fridge that bad? There are lots of people saying not the a-hole. There are lots of people saying you the a-hole. I think a little bit the a-hole on how you said it was stupid, because your wife obviously does care about it, OP. But also maybe it is stupid. I don't know. The top comment says not the a-hole. I mean, was it nice to call something she put time and effort into stupid? Probably not. My move would have been to call it impractical, especially as everybody uses the appliance and it's not fully in her control. Having a fridge that is practical to use is important, and chances are most of these content creators don't actually leave their fridge-scaped as it's not functional. Maybe you can apologize for the stupid comment and then ask her if there's somewhere else in the home she'd like to decorate solely to her liking. Edit, this is more towards other commenters than OP. But I do think people need to consider how rude it is to call things other people might find a spark of joy or fun in stupid or dumb. All too often, women in particular are called stupid for liking basically anything. Taylor Swift is dumb, the Barbie movie's dumb, Bravo shows are dumb, Stanley Cups are dumb, Starbucks is a waste, and so on. Would I decorate the interior of my fridge? Probably not. But if it was something OP's wife found a bit of fun in, then who cares? It harms nobody, and OP's wife lives in a house with two guys who probably dominate a lot of the household with their wants. Yeah, definitely. There's also comments like this one underneath that one. Nah, sorry, I do get your point, but this is stupid. A fridge is meant to be functional. There's a reason most people don't store random crap in there. While it doesn't technically harm anybody, it does cause annoyance and frustration where there doesn't need to be. Decorating the outside of the fridge would be one thing. That can spark joy and not impede the functionality of a family appliance. It's like decorating the inside of the oven or the drum of the washing machine. That's not fair to the people you live with. Yeah, 100%. I like how that comment said you should have said that it was impractical instead of being like, oh, what you like is stupid and dumb. But yeah, if you are filling up the fridge with a whole bunch of stuff, doesn't really make that much sense. The comment under that one says not the gay hole. It's reasonable to not want too much decor in the fridge or to be scolded if you don't put things back perfect, but you did totally belittle something that brought your wife joy and made her feel creative. Not surprised that she's been distant. Most people don't like it when you crap on their interests, and most people like it even less when it's a spouse. I'm nicer to my friends about their interests that I don't like than you are to your literal wife. Not understanding that it might make her distant is completely clueless of you, to be honest. Yeah, I feel like that definitely makes sense. Like, yeah, you shouldn't have to be scolded if you don't put something back in the right spot. But yeah, maybe you could have went about it a better way, OP. Also, I feel like this one's a pretty important comment from OP. What triggered the confrontation was I wanted to get leftovers from the back of the fridge, so I took a few things out, but I didn't know how to organize the decor and the Tupperware containers in a way that would fit back inside the fridge, so I put all the food back in the fridge and I left the decor on the counter so that she could reorganize the items how she likes, because I didn't agree to spend 5 minutes Tetrising decorations and food when I just want a bite to eat. Yeah, okay, so there was a lot of stuff in the fridge then. What an interesting way to start the episode. The next one's called, Am I the a-hole for telling my family no more to monthly family dinners? Ever since my dad was a kid, our family has done monthly family dinners, nicer ones than your average family dinner. It's something our family did when my siblings and I were kids too. We'd have grandparents over and we'd all have a nice dinner together. When my siblings and I grew up, we still did it, only instead of what happened before, where branches broke off over time and did their own, they decided we should include partners and spouses and our kids as a whole in one. By the time I was 19, the family had decided they'd take turns hosting each month to lessen the burden. My wife was excited to be a part of them at first. We started during our relationship. I did the cooking to start and then she took over after a while because she wanted to. My family had seemingly gotten along with my wife before this point, but they were overly harsh of her cooking, with the exception of my two younger siblings. She tried to make them happy, but no dice. I told them they could could be kinder. They said that she should cook better or cook different things. My wife didn't make anything they don't eat, but nothing was right. She grew frustrated and I grew suspicious. So we hosted a couple of months ago and I told my wife we were going to pretend that I did the cooking just to see. She told me she felt like they just weren't fond of her food. I pointed out that nobody had the same amount of complaints as them, and they even criticized the steak and potatoes they all seemed to go crazy for. She went along with the plan, and when my family thought I'd cooked it, they loved it. Oh god, that's so sad. Said that it was so good that my wife had decided to let a real talent take over. Oh, they suck, OP. That it was so nice to have something a little different, curry, and a lot of very lovely stuff. My younger brother and sister weren't fooled, but they enjoyed watching the rest of the family dig a hole. When the rest of the family heard it was my wife's food and not mine, they tried so hard to backtrack on all the nice stuff they said. The rest of the dinner went in tense silence and my wife's eyes were opened. I told her I was done with these dinners and she was my priority. She felt a little bad. I told her we could have dinners with my younger brother and sister sometimes. It's less stress anyway. When we didn't show up to last month's dinner or this one, my parents and siblings started asking questions. I told them each time we weren't going again, but missing two made it sink in. They told me that we need to be there. I said never again. My wife doesn't deserve their disrespect. I told them they ruined what they wanted by being a-holes to her. They said I was overreacting, making very relationship harming choices. Oh, get the hell out of here. And treating them badly for simply having issues with my wife's food. You don't have an issue with her food. You've got an issue with her. They also said to think of future kids and how they'll miss out. Oh no, they're gonna miss out on being surrounded by mean people. Sad. Some of it got to my wife a little, which I've tried to reassure her about. Am I the a-hole? Of course you're not the a-hole, OP. You did a bloody awesome job. It's so refreshing to read about somebody really standing up for their partner. You did the right thing, OP. She does not deserve the disrespect. And oh, we only have issues with your food. No, you don't. It's not even about the food. They sound straight up awful, OP. And oh no, you don't have to be around them every month. What a shame. They sound terrible. And also, it's 100% their fault. Oh no, here are the consequences of my actions. We can all be awful to somebody and what, expect them to put up with it? Get out of here. The top comment says, not the a-hole. It's pretty clear the issue isn't her food. It's her. For whatever reason, they don't seem to like her. Good for you for standing up to them. And OP said, having that confirmed sucked bad, but I wasn't going to pretend it was okay to treat her this way either. They wouldn't come right out and say it either. They tried to hide behind the food. The comment below that says, start a new tradition with your younger brother and sister. Invite them only to your house. Forget the rest of them. And OP said, that's the plan. Yeah, the one under that too. Good on you for supporting your partner. When your family complains that you ruined a tradition, flip it back on them. The tradition was ruined because of their own actions. I hope your new tradition with people who are supportive of your family is delightful and stress-free, not the a-hole. Yeah, that's so infuriating. And the family's like, oh no, you've ruined this. You're gonna ruin the relationship with us and stuff like that. Like, it's pretty bold to assume that people want to spend time around them. They're huge a-holes. Yeah, this comment too, not the a-hole, the irony. They were the ones who made the relationship harming choices. When they were caught, they doubled down instead of apologizing and checking in on the why of their behavior so they could grow and move past it. You did the right thing by your wife and your family. Yeah, the ironing is delicious.
The ironing is delicious. The word is irony. Huh?
But yeah, for real, the family needs to grow up. You're not the a-hole, OP. You did a super good job. The next one is an update to a post that we read a while ago, and we also read an update to the post as well. So this is a second update to the post that we read a while ago called, Am I the a-hole for telling my fiance there will be no wedding if she keeps on insisting that I invite my parents? The last update that we read ended with OP saying we've agreed to go to couples therapy and see if we can repair the relationship. I hope we can, but I'd say it's a toss-up for me. She's got a lot of work to do. The update says a lot has happened and I'm just going to try and spill it in order for you all. So after my sister left, I told my fiance I loved her, but I didn't trust her currently, that I felt she took my sister's side instead of mine. So I continued to sleep on the couch for a couple of nights. She was walking on eggshells around me and I hated it, but I also just wasn't ready to forgive her. Then Friday night, after I hung out with some friends, I came home and crashed on the couch. We had had an innocuous conversation, but she did ask me to come to bed and I told her I just wasn't ready. I woke up to pee at 3 in the morning and she was sleeping on the floor next to me. I don't know why exactly, but it touched me deeply and I cried a little bit. It meant so much to me that she wanted to be near me even when I was being unloving. It really turned the tide. I woke up a few hours after and she was making me breakfast. A surprise, as Saturday is usually my big breakfast making day. We sat down to eat and she was keeping the conversation light but still on eggshells. But I decided to tell her a story from my childhood. I told her how Dale used to make breakfast for the family but never included me. I was older, so I slept in, and when I got up there was rarely any breakfast left, and if there was, it was in the fridge and nobody would eat with me. I told her how much Saturday brunch with us meant to me, and how I hadn't really ever talked about it, and that wasn't fair to her. She looked at me with tears in her eyes and she apologized again, but I told her I didn't need it, that I forgave her, and while I still want to do couples therapy because I think it'll help me express my family issues with her in a healthy way, I am ready to send out the save the dates. I then asked her to massage my back because the couch was a nightmare to sleep on, and she knew I was serious. I don't love people touching me except my fiance, and I'd really not allowed it since the original incident. I know most of you didn't want me to forgive my fiance, but I love her, and she loves me. She made a huge mistake, but she's never experienced anything like I did, and she showed remorse. For my sister, my mum reached out via a phone number that I didn't recognize and told me that I should forgive my sister. I told her to screw off, and she just confirmed my sister really had never had a relationship with me at all, because if she knew me, she would know that contact with my mum would only make the situation worse. I then blocked the number. This happened Thursday evening. She tried to come by Sunday, but my fiance and I were out. She left a note apologizing and saying that she did not ask mum to contact me, and she's sorry that she did that. My fiance wants nothing to do with my sister anymore, but left the decision up to me. I told her that she was my family, so if she didn't want her there, she wouldn't be there. A little jab for sure, but she took it well and said that she didn't want her there. We've been getting back to normal. It'll take some time, and I think I may try individual therapy because I was thinking about all the incidents, and I'm not so sure the family situation is worse than even I've acknowledged, and it might be time to really deal with it. The save the dates were sent out yesterday and everything is still on. I'm not sure if I'll update again, but thank you all for letting me process and vent. Oh, that's so beautiful, OP. Oh, that's such a good update. That's such a good outcome after the last update. Hell yeah, OP. Yeah, the top comment, congrats to both of you. You weathered a storm with grace and maturity. I'm glad to hear that you guys got a happy ending. Yeah, 100%, and we've been keeping up with the story too. I've made sure I kept on reading the updates and stuff. And yeah, that's such a good ending. Hell yeah. This comment says, for what it's worth, I think you made the right call. She clearly had good intentions and your sister took advantage of that. Her only goal in the whole thing was to make you happy. Was it dumb? Sure. But this is the kind of thing worth working out. The sleeping on the floor thing touched my heart because one time I was sick with a stomach bug and I couldn't leave the bathroom. So I slept on the floor of the bathroom. My husband got me a pillow and he slept right outside so that we could hold hands. I think you have a keeper, OP. Most people who post here have horrendous issues and blame the sub for giving them the only possible sane advice, i.e. divorce. But I remember reading your post and thinking, man, I hope they work it out. Congratulations on upcoming nuptials and I hope you have a very happy life together. Yeah, definitely. That's so beautiful. The next one's called, am I the a-hole for evicting my daughter and selling her home? In 2020, I bought my daughter's Alexis townhome that she was renting from somebody else that she's been living in since 2016. My daughter was having a tough time since her divorce and the prices were under market in August of 2020. I was stupid and naive about Alexis. She said that she got screwed over in the divorce even though she received alimony. Her ex moved out in March of 2020 and she had a previous roommate that she said she hated from March to January. I bought the house during this time but I couldn't legally evict that roommate due to COVID laws. I was happy when she moved out on her own. Next was her boyfriend and she refused to rent out the spare room with the bathroom and he moved in. He was a grifter and held these odd jobs like Instacart. He moved out in late 2023 and I operated the townhouse at a loss because they never matched me on rent to cover my mortgage. Next there was this girl Amanda who subleased from my daughters. This one's for a room in a popular spot in California and Alexa said she was charging her $2,000 and Alexis was paying her part. I thought Amanda defaulted because that's what my daughter told me. I moved in with eviction paperwork as soon as I could legally do so. It was sent and Amanda had a lawyer and showed me the receipts where she paid Alexis every month, on time or earlier. I asked my daughter what the hell's going on and my daughter lied to me. It's been her not paying. I'm stupid and at that moment I realized Alexis was the issue. Amanda still moved out and I have a pending lawsuit from her. I told Alexis that I'm sick of owning this townhouse at a loss and I'm selling it before the housing bubble is gonna burst. My daughter thinks I should give her the profit and I told her she's the reason I'm selling it. She's never paid rent. I told her I could legally evict her or she can move out on her own. My family is thinking that I'm the worst mum and I've told everybody that Alexis has not only scammed me but other people. Alexis checked herself into a rehab trying to make it harder on me to evict her. But now I'm determined and my family is upset and her father, divorced, can't figure out how I can do this to her. No, you're not the a-hole, OP. Like this comment says, not the a-hole. Be strong, OP. Your daughter's the biggest liar. Please go through with the eviction and don't listen to those family members that tell you that you're the worst mum. You're not the worst mum. Tell them to let your daughter live with them. Your daughter took complete advantage of you and shame on her. The top comment says, info, does your daughter have drug or substance abuse issues? And OP said she does for cocaine and Molly, but this only comes out 2 days after I said I'm putting the townhouse on the market and she checks herself into a very expensive rehab clinic on her father's dime. Yeah, no, you're not the a-hole, OP. Like this comment too, not the a-hole, a victor. The family that thinks it's too harsh can house her. She's a leech and a liar. Yeah, definitely. When I read the title, I was like, oh, surely you're the a-hole. a-hole, OP. Like, it does sound bad, but no, after reading that, you're not the a-hole. Imagine not paying rent and having the audacity to say that you should give her the profit if you sell the place. That's so wild. Yeah, you're so not the a-hole, OP. The next one is called, I don't want my sister's boyfriend to propose on my wedding day, but everybody is against me, and my mum said that I was ungrateful because my parents are paying for the wedding. The wedding is on Saturday, and they just told me that last Monday this was going to be a part of his speech. I said no, so my mum suggested that I would, instead of tossing the bouquet, I'd go and give it to her like on TikTok and he would propose. I said no. My mum got angry when I still said please no, because this suggestion would be at the end of my party anyway and wouldn't steal from my party. I'm not good at writing these things, so I'm sorry if I'm leaving out plenty, but I can't stop crying. Am I the a-hole? Sometimes I feel that I am, sometimes I feel that I'm not. I want to stay anonymous, so I won't be answering questions about my location or names. No, you're so not the a-hole, OP. It's your bloody wedding day. Yeah, the top comment, not the a-hole. It's incredibly selfish if your mother and sister's boyfriend to hijack the one day where you're the star and push all the attention to somebody else. It's your day. You get this one day. He can propose at the next morning brunch if he likes. Yeah, definitely. There is an update here. My sister's boyfriend proposed to my sister on my wedding. Oh no, so it happened? Hi, I'm sorry for not updating earlier. This is my update. My husband and I read all the comments to my post, and I want to thank you for your indignation on our behalf. Then my husband said that this probably would be the reaction everywhere, not only on my post. So we decided them embarrassing themselves was the best punishment. We decided to, well, screw it. I'm marrying my best friend. Nothing else matters. I ignored my family for the rest of the week. Up until my wedding, I was busy anyway. I saw them first at my wedding. My mother made her speech, and then she asked my, I guess, future brother-in-law to join her. He proposed, and literally 2 or 3 clapped, besides my mother and sister. The rest were looking like the meme girl side-eyeing, so my husband was right. After the awkwardness, the rest of the evening was amazing. I spent it with my husband and close friends. My sister, fiance, and mum sat sulking for the rest of the night because I don't think anybody went to congratulate them. Mum sent me a text later asking if I sabotaged it. I didn't answer because, like, leave me alone. I'm on my honeymoon. I don't want drama, but also I don't care what she believes. I'll not explain myself. It's not my problem how little self-awareness they have, that they don't even understand that what they did was actually frowned upon by normal people. Thank you. Wow. Sucked in too. Like, that's so funny. Oh, I'm gonna sit here and sulk. That's so frustrating. Acting like it's your fault and asking if you sabotaged it. Come on. Yeah, the top comment. Imagine the memory of your proposal being a group of people just side-eyeing you. No celebration or happiness at all from them. No matter what happens, you'll never be able to change that. Ain't karma a biatch? And how clueless is the mum? Oh, did you sabotage it? Like you said, OP, it's frowned upon to do stuff like that. And yeah, what did they expect? Yeah, this comment too. I'm extremely happy that their cluelessness and lack of tact turned into a karma-filled moment for them, and that you were able to laugh at their expense. My petty side would refuse to go to their wedding with the excuse of, I don't want you worrying about me pulling a stunt at yours like you pulled at mine. Yeah, I feel like you handled this so well, OP. Karma's a biatch. The next one is on the entitled people subreddit. Boomer turns up early. Just happened and I have to share. So I work in a clinical environment and appointments can range from short 15 minutes to 2 hours depending on what the patient needs. Clinician is 10 minutes into an hour-long appointment when a boomer comes up to the desk. Boomer, hi, I'm a little early and I'm wondering if you can see me now. I check the details and no, she isn't a little early. She's 2 hours early. You're way too early. Clinician is in a long appointment and then has another one due right after them. You'd be 3rd in line. I recommend you go have a coffee somewhere and come back in an hour and 45. Boomer, but my appointment is quick, right? Yeah. And you won't see me now? No. Well, this isn't very good service, is it? Look, I'm not interrupting an hour-long appointment because you have bad planning. Come back in 2 hours. Boomer waddles off muttering to her husband about bad service. Like, give me a break. You're way too early. I'm not doing it. Turn up on time or 5 minutes early. What the hell are you doing 2 hours early? FML. Yeah, what the audacity? What terrible service. No, it's actually not terrible service. You're hours early for your appointment. Yeah, that's enough for today. I hope you guys had a wonderful time today. I've got a couple of wholesome memes to show you before we go. If you're singing along to a song on the radio, there's a good chance that you're singing along with thousands of people. So in a way, we're part of a worldwide chorus. Wow, that's so cute. I've never thought about that either. Like, oh, we're singing together in our cars. So cute. The best way to warm up your feet. I love this one because I love how simple their faces are, but they perfectly illustrate the emotion. That's also cute. Okay, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you had a wonderful time today. And if you did, make sure you let me know down below in the comment section, and also like and subscribe. And the comment of the day today, goes to Goose. I hope everybody's doing well. And here's a fun fact. A group of geese in flight is called a plump. I find that so so cute. Wait, hold on a second. I need to Google this. Wow, there you go. The collective noun for a group of geese on the ground is a gaggle. When in flight, they're called a skein, a team, or a wedge. When flying close together, they're called a plump. That's so cute. Thank you for sharing that in the comments. That's bloody adorable. I'm so happy that I know that now. I feel like that's information that I'm never gonna forget. Thank you for sharing that comment. And thank you all for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next episode. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!